I think we can look. There we go. George recognised an exhibit at the Kroon Museum as an artefact from the Knights Templar manuscript. A tripod that came from a recent excavation at a village called Loch Marn. Excited to learn more, George travelled to Ireland to investigate further. An archaeologist called Professor Pegram had run the excavation at the nearby castle ruins. George decided to ask the locals for information. Let's see how loud this is.
It was a trap door in the sidewalk.
Yeah, it's pretty loud. George is quite loud. I think I had this at 70% before. Let's see if that's about right.
It was a trap door in the sidewalk.
That's a bit better.
I tugged at the trap door, but it was locked from the inside.
Oh, Mol, that is that's kind of bad.
The menu was limited. It read, "No food today." I didn't care. I'd lost my appetite somewhere over the Irish Sea.
I took the ferry. I've done the ferry over to Ireland, and it is not pleasant. All right, should we talk to this chappie?
The lad was doing his best to express his adolescent aggression. His effort was somewhat diminished by the fringe of milk on his lightly feathered upper lip. Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
Rosso's the name. Murder's my game.
Are you a detective?
Let's just say I'm here to find the truth.
Cool. Just like on the telly.
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm on the run from me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I, see what your darling son has earned with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year.
I'm getting that from him as well, young George. Are you and Mol going to see Billie Eilish, Kyle?
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Can you describe him like on the telly in the cop shows?
He's an English archaeologist.
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
Can you tell me where I'd find Pegram?
No, I can't, 'cause he's not here now, but if I sees him, I'll ask him.
Do you know what Pegram was doing in the castle?
Digging for buried treasure. Jewels and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
In the films. I still say films.
Do you know anything about Pegram's dig?
He wouldn't let me anywhere near it. I offered to help, but he chased me off. I didn't want to see his smelly old hole anyhow.
Make your own jokes, people.
Did anyone from the village work at the dig?
Pegram brought some students and bums with him. He reckoned no one in Loch Marn would know what to look for. The only local guy who worked for him was Sean Fitzgerald.
What does this Fitzgerald guy look like?
Big head, big ears, and face irons.
What?
You know, spectacles, glasses. He's blind as a bat without
Spectacles.
them.
That's what we're going to call them now.
What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well, can I get inside?
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No, only...
What?
Oh, nothing.
You know something about the castle you're not telling me, don't you?
No,
What is it you're covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
About clowns.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
Here in Lochmarn, they all dress like clowns.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
Jesus. It's just like that film I saw. Did this clown see? And he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
My God, that doesn't sound suitable for a kid like you.
Who are you calling a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right. You're not a day over 14.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids. 10 kids if you count the wives.
What a bullshitter. What's that? Can I call you Specky Tommels? No. No, thank you.
I'll give you one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh yeah? And what if I don't?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh. There's a ghost. It's called the Phantom of Lochmarn.
I love the little icons they've got on these.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worse. It was coming
Was that a deliberate joke?
from inside the castle.
Worst.
Did you find out what was making the noise in the castle?
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows. I could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but my legs had lost their stuffing.
This game came out originally in 1996, by the way. Damn, he looks like way older in the old version.
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on my arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you saw at the castle.
There is. The bloody place is haunted.
Let's show him our stuff we got.
What do you think this tool is used for?
Lifting drains.
Dead right. How did you know that?
Work experience course at school. They gives me a choice of going down the drains or up the chimney.
You're kidding. What do you think this tool is used
Okay,
for?
no.
I told you. Lifting.
What do you think this tool is used for?
What is the actual skip button
I
here?
told you. Lifting drains.
What do you think
Ah,
this
stop
tool-
it!
I told you. Lifting drains.
This game's great, Mole. Stop it.
Have you ever seen anyone wearing one of these?
That belongs to the killer clown you're looking for.
That's right.
Can I have it?
Sorry. I'm keeping this as evidence.
You should run tests on that, mister. You could identify the murderer with a sample of his snot.
Yuck. I don't think so. Have you ever seen anyone wearing one of these?
No,
What does this tissue mean to you?
nothing,
Nothing.
What does this tissue mean to you?
nothing.
Have you ever seen this man before?
What a slimy character. No, I never seed him.
I never seed him.
Have you ever seen this man before?
Yeah, is there actually...
What a slimy character.
I don't know
I
if
never
there's
seed him.
actually a skip button or not for these. Crow's 5.5 foot tall. 5'5.5". All the cool people are short.
Give me your hand.
Get lost.
Oh, come on. I just want to show you a little trick.
No way, mister. I don't do tricks. Father Mahoney told me I'd burn in hell if I did.
I just want to shake your hand, that's all.
Oh, all right.
Gotcha. Neat, huh?
Didn't feel a thing.
Shake my hand again.
No way.
Do you recognize
That's the
this
first
matchbook,
person we've
McGuire?
got so far.
No, sir. I never seen it before in my life.
Take a look at this, McGuire.
It's an ID card. What of it?
Ever heard of Thomas Merlin or the Gruber Electronics Corporation?
No.
Take a look at this, McGuire. Ever heard of...
Okay,
No.
so double B is skip.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Oh yeah, we can look at the box. I think we have to do something with that later on.
It was a featureless plastic box firmly attached to the wall of the building. I tugged at the plastic cover, but it didn't move.
That's a puzzle to sort out later. Of course, Tron comes in where there's a short joke. How you doing, Tron? Damn, look how different this looks. I think I like this one better in the new one. Like, the lighting's good.
The guy with the fiddle seemed oblivious to everything except his playing. Meanwhile, everyone else in the bar seemed oblivious to him.
Yeah, all good, thanks, Tron. I've got this week off, so I'm relaxing. Can we talk to the fiddler?
He wasn't listening.
That'll answer that. Got this man. Got the old man. Let's talk to this guy first.
The guy sat in the corner as if he was a permanent fixture. Hello there. My name's George Stobart.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure. I'm O'Brien. Can I help you?
That must be the kid, is it?
Do you know Sean Fitzgerald?
Oh, no.
Yes, I do. What you want with him?
I want to talk to him about working at the dig.
What makes you think he did?
The boy outside told me.
I can't imagine anyone employing Sean Fitzgerald on a dig. He wouldn't know a post hole from his elbow.
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
You're too late to meet that fella.
Is he dead?
Not that. But he's gone from the village. A sore point with our esteemed host, I might add.
Do you know where Pegram is gone?
I'm sorry, but I don't. He upped anchor in the dark and shipped out before the dawn.
And why did he do that?
Who knows? A guilty conscience or a secret assignation. Whatever the reason, he'll not be missed in Lochmar. Maybe now the fuss about the gem has died down, we can get back to normal.
What's that? The old man? You're in the game? Just going to hover over the ban button here. Oh, nice, Tron. How is it? I'm still on the Pixel 6. But I'd like to upgrade eventually to one of the other ones.
Why is Pegram's departure upset the landlord?
He's lost a paying guest, that's why. More than that, there's the question of an unsettled bill. Poor Michael's seen red over the business, and I don't blame him.
Can you tell me more about the landlord?
Mick Leary? He's what you call a would-be sophisticated. The trouble is, his idea of sophistication extends as far as putting paper in the lavatory.
I never worked out why he did that. It's much too dark in there to read.
That's true. Have you ever run your hand over the back of the door? The graffiti is written in Braille.
I wouldn't ban you, Mole, don't worry. Oh, you want a foldable phone next, Kyle? Did you see that one of the CEOs of one of the phone companies has a triple screen phone? Just get an 8 Pro if you're coming from a 6. I'm not looking at upgrading anytime soon, but the next time I do upgrade, I'm going to get one of the newer Pixels. Crow's got an S23 Ultra. They're nice, aren't they? Carl's on a S21 Ultra. Yeah, I mean the 6 is still getting updated. As long as it gets updated, I'm fine with still using it, honestly. Like it's not slow at all, really.
What can you tell me about the gem which Pegram found?
Now there's a gem which should never have been taken. A man would have to be full of greed to covet that stone. What's your interest in the jewel? You're not a reporter, are you?
Nope.
Oh no.
Thank the Lord for that.
What can you tell me about the castle, Mr. O'Brien?
It's a fine sight now, isn't it? Dates back to the 10th century, you know. Most of the existing building was added much later, of course.
Are the ruins open to the public?
Oh no, it's much too dangerous. Anyway, there's nothing of interest remaining.
Pegram thought otherwise, didn't he?
Ah, but it's not difficult to get them history boys excited, is it? Give them a bone to play with, and they're happy as puppies.
iPhones are fine, they're just too expensive. That's so do they give you like $1,000 worth of Google Play cards, Tron, or something? Yeah, they are too overpriced. Plus, like, I don't get the whole upgrading every year thing. Like, there's barely any difference between the phones every year, isn't there?
Was it Pegram who dug up the tripod at the castle?
The same man, if he wasn't his twin brother. And can you guess what he did with the tripod?
He sent it to a museum in Paris. I've seen it.
Oh, yeah, what about the ghost?
Have you heard of the Phantom?
More than that. I've seen it. And let me tell you, it's a dreadful spectacle.
So it's not just a local legend. There really is a Phantom of Lochmore.
Oh no. I was talking about the Phantom of the Opera.
Ah, okay. I see. I've had iPhones before, but they're just the same, really. I don't use the full capabilities of my phones anyway. Oh, you got 700 for the Pixel 8. Damn, dude, that's pretty good. All right, show him all of our stuff we've got.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
I'd say it was for lifting manhole covers.
How come you know that?
I'm a man of the world, Mr. Stobart.
Does this tool...
I told you, it's for lifting manhole covers.
Does this red nose suggest anything to you?
It's a clown's nose, isn't it? I haven't been to a circus since I was 10 years old. O'Donnelly and I walked all the way to Ballymore, 15 miles in our bare feet.
A bunch of the guys at work have the foldable ones, Kyle. They're pretty cool, but they do have some issues. Like, you pretty much have to change the screen protector up after a while because they just get kind of grotty.
Does this red nose...
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
What do you make of this tissue?
I guess that muck on it is grease paint.
There's no fooling you, Mr. O'Brien.
Miss O'Brien knows everything.
Did I show you this tissue?
Yeah, it's truly disgusting.
I think they're pretty good at not breaking now. As long as you don't do the usual and like drop it, but
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Nope, I've never seen him before.
Do you recognize...
Nope.
just always double check when you do these things, just in case they give you a little bit of extra.
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Mr. O'Brien.
I'd rather not. You see, I happen to notice that vibrating buzzer in your palm.
See, you can't fool him.
I'd like to shake you...
Oh, no, you don't.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The design is Middle Eastern, I'd say.
Does this
The design is
What can you tell me about this ID pass?
Gruber Electronics. I've never heard of it.
What can you...
Gruber
Okay, we've exhausted what we can talk to him about.
Goodbye for now.
He seems like an alright guy, doesn't he? You just got to get a good case for it, Mole. I've always had screen protectors and cases on my phone, so I've never, like, touch wood, I've never broken a screen before.
There was a vacant look on his cow-like face that said quite clearly, nobody home. His elbow rested on an obviously soggy piece of towel.
We're going to need that towel later on.
Hi, my name's Stobart, George Stobart.
Hello there, mister. What can I do for you?
Do you know Professor Pegram?
Do I know him? Do I know the good professor himself? No, I don't. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know him to talk to.
Do you know anything about Pegram's excavation?
Thank you, Kel.
Only that he didn't have the right tools for the job. What he needed was
You're
shovels
right, man.
and a JCB.
Pegram was digging for historical remains, not coal.
Is that a fact? What the hell for?
is the science of archaeology part. Understanding how people used to live by what they've left behind. One day archaeologists might be digging up our remains.
Imagine that, Mr. O'Brien. I wonder what they'll find.
Well, it won't be arrowheads and beakers.
Be a pint glass.
Fast food cartons and flavoured condoms, more
Ah,
likely.
flavoured condoms. Let's have a stretch as well. What's that, Tron? Ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. If you put a screen protector on it, you have to press a bit harder to read your print. I mean, it's fine, isn't it? It's worth the hassle. I can't imagine not using a phone with without a screen protector. Or sorry, using a phone without a screen protector. You just woke and you ache all over. You've not slept very well. Face ID in it. I think you can have that as well.
Is it true that Pegram found a valuable gem?
What? First I heard of it.
Where have you been, Pat? For that gem is the talk of every town from Lochmarn to Ballydoon.
Nobody told me. A lucky sod. So that's why he scampered.
Did anyone from the village work at Pegram's dig?
I tried it myself, but that high and mighty history man called me incontinent. What a nerve.
Probably not
Hadn't I
incontinent.
dug more holes than the rest of them put together?
Can you tell me anything about the castle on the hill?
Oh, I don't know much about anything. You should ask Mr. O'Brien here. He does joined up writing. Would you be one of them history fellas yourself?
We'll be honest, nah.
Oh no, I'm here on vacation.
What's that?
A vacation, Pat. It's what the Americans call a holiday.
Oh, right. In Lochmarn? You come to Lochmarn for a holiday?
Sure, it's a very pretty place.
Where the hell are you from, mister?
California.
I know it. That's where the brooms come from.
Yeah, amongst other things.
The sneeze in the background is so annoying. Bless him, he's got like, you know... This is what you hear in most pubs though, isn't it? Let's show him our tools.
What do you make of this tool?
It's for lifting manhole covers.
That's right. I found it in Paris.
Well, you look at that. A French sewer key. Marvelous.
Easily impressed.
What do you make of this?
It's for lifting
What does this false nose mean to you?
No, you're a clown.
No, not me.
Haha, you're a good one, aren't you? Did you hear that, Michael?
I hate clowns.
Listen to this fella. I hate clowns, says he. Isn't he just the funniest man you ever did see, Michael?
He's not a clown, Doyle. He's not even remotely funny.
Thanks.
He's spreading COVID. I don't think he's spreading COVID in 1996, Kyle.
Have you seen this nose before?
Yes, mister.
Before I showed it to you the first time, I mean.
When was that?
Never mind.
Pissed as a fart.
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
No. But you should show that to my granny. She could tell you fortune from it.
From a soiled tissue?
Sure. Some people read tea leaves. My granny reads handkerchiefs.
This, yeah, yeah, okay, the flu, yeah.
Does this tissue...
No, boss.
No, boss.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
It's a handsome mug on that fella, to be sure. Is he a film star?
Don't
The
be
film.
fooled. This is the face of a psychopathic killer.
No. Well, there's one in the eye for me and my men.
Are you sure you haven't seen this man?
It's the face of a therapeutic killer.
Therapeutic killer.
Never mind.
Can we shake his hand?
May I shake your hand?
No, you can't.
Well, how come?
Because I'll spill me beer if you do.
May I shake your...
No.
Okay.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
No.
Does this security pass mean anything to you?
Well, no.
Are you sure?
Does this security...
No, he's sure. All right.
Bye for now. It was a beer-stained piece of toweling.
So we need this towel. There you go.
As the man raised his arm to drink, I snatched the towel away.
Yeah, you have to actually wait for him to do that. Oh, I'm gonna have to talk to him about the beer mat now as well.
It was an electric pump operated by pushing a small lever. I was about to reach for the pump when I came to my senses. A rash move like that in a strange country with strange customs could be my last.
Strange. Am I enjoying the traditional music of my people? Yeah, absolutely. I feel right at home.
It was a telephone, incongruous in the rustic setting of the homely bar. It was an electric glass washer. It looked even older than the barman.
He's gonna get mad at us.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Excuse me?
No customers behind the bar. Ever.
The end of the bar was hinged, like the drawbridge on a medieval castle.
The stream is making my hospital stay flyby. I'm glad, Crow. Are you there for long today, dude? Get your dancing shoes on, little man. You know, when I said I don't ever dance, I meant it.
Get out.
Get out. Let's talk to the old man before we talk to... This guy's the important one. That's Sean Fitzgerald, I think. We'll talk to the landlord afterwards. Oh yeah, we've got a plug.
It was an electrical plug attached to the glass washer. I'd been taught not to judge people by their appearance or their clothes or the length of their hair. Nobody ever said anything about runny noses. Hi there, old-timer.
What?
Nasty cold you've got there. As soon as the words left my lips, I regretted them.
Is there such a thing as a cold which isn't nasty? I put the question to Father Mahoney. Father, says I, why were we born to suffer snot?
What did he say?
He said, it's my reward for being out all night like a sinner. Pious prig. Anyway, this is no ordinary
Oh, there you go.
cold.
It's hay fever.
It's the hay fever.
Halitosis?
Thank you. You're not a policeman, are you?
Excuse me?
The jokes in this are
Please.
so subtle.
No. I'd know it if you were.
Oh dear. His sneeze is so powerful it's pushing his drink away. It's an overnight stay. Ah, shit, Tro. I didn't realise it was overnight. Well, I'll be on most of the evening.
I'm looking for Sean Fitzgerald. Have you seen him?
Never heard of him.
Don't you come from around here?
None of your business. I didn't ask where you come from, did I?
I'm from California.
That's your problem.
Do you know Pegram, the archaeologist?
That's the scrawny fellow who was poking around at the castle, isn't it? No, I don't know him.
Were you aware that Pegram was conducting an archaeological dig?
I don't meddle in other people's affairs. They don't interest me.
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
I told you, I never heard of him.
Can you tell me how to get into the castle?
Don't even think about it, me bucko. Lochmarn Castle is haunted.
That's what the kid outside told me, but I don't believe it.
Then you're a fool.
Molly's going to pull some, like, kind of god cards. It always happens.
Have you ever seen the ghost?
To be sure, with me very own eyes.
Can you describe the ghost?
It was horrible. A wee stunted beast, long beak, straggly, flappy wings.
Are you sure it wasn't a wild animal? A rabbit or a skunk or something?
Skunk in Lochmarn? That'll be the day. No, that was a ghost, to be sure.
Do they have skunks in Ireland?
I think I know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
What?
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh,
Oh!
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit that castle.
you can't. It's not open to the public.
There's no one around to stop me, is there?
That's right. Nothing human, anyhow.
That's foreboding. If you know what we're just about to find.
Can I buy you a beer?
Very kind, I'm sure. But I don't drink the stuff Leary sells.
What's wrong with it?
I've seen what it can do.
Show my stuff.
Can you identify this tool?
No,
No.
What does this red nose mean to you?
I suppose you're collecting for charity.
No, I'm not. I want to know if you've seen someone wearing a nose like this.
No, I haven't.
What does this red...
Nothing.
Nothing. Which Don... What are the Dons for 07, Mol?
You can make use of this tissue.
Never use them. Those things are unhygienic.
She's just sneezing all over George right now.
You can make use...
Never use them.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Is that supposed to be you?
No, I don't have a scar on my face, and I'm not from the Middle East.
I can't tell without me glasses.
Do you recognize...
I can't tell with...
Okay, alright.
Hey, would you like to shake my... no, on second thought, forget it.
Fucking snap him in half.
What does this matchbook mean to you?
Nothing. Go away and stop bothering me.
Ah, okay. I might have a spare one of those if you don't get it. Possibly. I can't remember.
What is this
Nothing. Go away and stop bothering me.
Take a look at this ID card.
Take a look. Oh, yes. Little plastic picture.
I don't suppose it means anything to you, does it?
No,
Could you use this towel?
I could. But it wouldn't be much use for anything else.
Alright.
I'll see you later.
Let's show the guys our towel.
Hey!
Hello there again, mister.
What do you think of this towel?
Now, there's a fine piece of cloth if ever I did see one. Such craft must surely come from linen cupboards and the Vatican itself.
I found it on the bar under your elbow.
I thought it looked familiar.
Bye for now.
I think O'Brien's the wisest
Excuse me,
character
Mr. O'Brien.
in the game so far.
Hello there. What now?
Does this towel mean anything to you?
Sure, it's one of Leary's towels. Are you planning on stealing it?
Just borrowing it, if you must know. Goodbye for now.
Alright, let's have a look at the landlords.
The white whiskers on the bartender's flushed face were like garlands on a Christmas tree. The resemblance ended there. The top of his head was too slick and shiny to act as a perch for a Christmas angel.
Top of the morning to you.
Oh god, George, please
I beg your
don't.
pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
Let's say yes.
That's not a bad idea. Do you have a vacancy?
I could. If you don't mind waiting until the last guest checks out.
No problem. When will that be?
When the undertaker comes to collect him.
I'm looking for a man named Fitzgerald.
Fitzy. What's he done?
I believe he may have worked at Peagram's Dig.
Sean Fitzgerald. Work. You got the wrong guy.
Seems like no one thinks too highly of poor old Sean here.
Do you know a man called Peagram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
Oh no, I'm just trying to track him down.
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
Did Peagram stay here?
That's right. In the best room in the house.
That's the one with the bed.
Can I see Peagram's room?
It's been taken by one of the brothers from the reformatory. They come every year for spiritual refreshment.
That's a good one. Their idea of refreshment is a good full of stout.
I wouldn't want to disturb a man of God, especially not a big fella from the bad boys' home.
I don't blame you, Mick. That brother's got muscles like a muscle man.
I might have that one, Marl, I think. I think I might have a spare of that.
Have you served any, clowns recently?
No, you're the first today.
Seriously.
Wow.
I'm
Burn.
looking for a man dressed in a clown costume.
Would he be having a little white dog with a black patch over the eye?
I shouldn't think so. What can you tell me about the castle?
You're the second person to ask me that today. I don't know anything about the castle. It's only an old ruin anyway.
Oh.
Of course I come in when you're in the Irish pub. Sorry again about last night.
That's all right, Reese. Don't worry, man. Thank you for the 72 months. How are you today, man? Are you okay? You got 4 episodes to catch up on next week. That's all you got to do.
Who else was asking about the castle?
He said he was a reporter. He was asking about the little people.
I could have told him a tale or two about the little people. He might have paid me to hear what he wanted me to say.
Anyway, I chucked him out on his arse.
Good for you, Meg. That's the way to deal with journalists.
Yeah, no one likes journalists, it seems. We watched 4 episodes.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive character.
In other words, it's flat and worn with bits in, and it makes you fall over.
Yep, standard.
Here's something which might interest you.
Huh? Well, what is it?
My passport to the sewers of Paris.
Is that so? Did you see the snooker last night, Mr. O'Brien?
They haven't got a television maker.
I know that. Why is it, if you don't mind me asking?
If God had meant us to watch television, we'd all be like doing.
I take it no one wants to hear about my underground escapades.
I'd rather drink me own beer.
Here's something which might interest.
It doesn't.
It doesn't, no.
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
It's not Red Nose Day again, is it?
I don't know. But this is part of a clown's costume.
I know that. Good God Almighty. What do you take me for?
See, I think that only the UK has Red Nose Day, so that's going to fall flat for most people, that reference.
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
That's disgusting.
Uh-huh. I found it in the sewers.
Well, what's the idea of waving it around in my face? You're worse than old Ron. Put it away, man.
Does this tissue mean anything?
No.
Do you recognize this man?
No, I don't. What do you want with him?
I've got a score to settle.
Oh, no, Mole.
I don't want any trouble in the bar, mister. If it's a fight you're looking for, see Father Mahoney.
A priest? A man of the cloth?
Sure. And he teaches the boys how to box at the youth club. According to Mahoney, it develops character. Isn't that right, Pat? Didn't he teach you the art of pugilism? Dial.
Sorry, Michael. I was miles away. What did you say?
Ah, never mind.
This is a pretty accurate, like, this is how the pub works, pretty much.
Do you reckon...
You already asked me that.
Hey, bartender?
A landlord, if you don't mind.
Sorry. Shake my hand, why don't you?
Now, why should I do that? What have you got up your sleeve?
Nothing. Come on, just shake my hand.
Not just now, mister. I have to be careful on account of the health restrictions.
Aw, jeez. Why won't you...
Because I don't know where you've been.
It's true. He's been in a sewer.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
No, sir.
Do you recognize the name on this card?
No. Should I?
Nah, it was a long shot. May I borrow this towel?
Sure you can. On one condition.
What's that?
You keep it away from old Ron.
Who's Ron?
That's him in the corner. With the hygiene problem.
May I borrow this towel?
You can keep it.
Thanks.
Did you try the beer?
The glass contained a dark liquid like molasses with a creamy white froth on the top.
We drink all of it?
The glass contained a... The glass was empty. Somehow, I'd managed to drink the thick, sweet brew. I felt strangely compelled to order another, even though my every instinct warned me against it. Somehow,
Okay.
I felt...
So we can't use the glass. We don't need to keep that. Right, Sean.
I recognized the guy from McGuire's description. He was real twitchy. Mr. Fitzgerald?
What?
I need to speak with you urgently.
What's the problem?
Did you work at Professor Peagram's dig?
What gave you that idea?
McGuire says you did.
You don't believe that damned hooligan, do you?
Why not?
His probation officer could tell you a tale or two.
Have you heard about the gem which Peagram found?
I heard a rumor, but you can't believe everything you hear or see, can you?
So he's got it in that box, I think.
Where can I find Professor Peagram?
I heard he's gone fishing.
Got to talk to
I
everyone,
don't know
Kyle.
where.
What can you tell me about the castle?
There's nothing there. Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there sometimes, when I was a kid. Then one of the little ones fell off the wall, broke his head and died. We didn't go there anymore.
You haven't been up there recently?
No.
I think we've got to get him drunk to actually get him to answer our questions.
What do you think this tool is used for?
Something to do with horses?
Wrong. It's for opening manhole covers.
Oh, really? Well, you learn something every day.
Yeah, you get that's kind of how these games always work though. You have to kind of rinse all the dialogue options. Plus you get some funny dialogue as well, which is always good.
Did I show you this tool?
Yeah, you did.
What does this red nose suggest to you?
Blood.
Why's that?
I used to bleed a lot when I was a kid. Every time there was a playground scrap, I'd end up with a bloody nose. I wouldn't have minded, but I wasn't even involved in the scrap.
What is this?
Nothing.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
Nothing.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No. At least I don't think so.
Look closely. He has a scar on his face.
No, I'm sure I don't know him.
Shake my hand.
It's a trick, isn't it?
Damn it, you're right. I can't seem to fool anyone. Shake my hand.
It's a trick.
Damn it.
I mean, he fooled the kid outside.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No.
Check out this pass.
Yeah. It's yours, is it?
Not exactly. Do you recognize the name?
Thomas Merlin? No. Never heard of him.
Ever seen this towel before?
Doesn't it belong on the bar?
Very observant, Fitzgerald.
Very observant.
Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all. I'm on tablets for my nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
There you go. There's a clue there.
See you later.
Okay. We still can't talk to the fiddler, can we?
He wasn't listening.
He's not listening. Can we talk to the kid again?
Hey, McGuire.
What do you want to know?
Are you sure Fitzgerald worked at the dig?
Oh, yes. It was him, all right. Would I tell a lie?
Well, he denies it.
I saw them together only last night.
I wish you'd told me that sooner. What were they doing?
Pegram gave Fitzy a box. He didn't look too happy about it.
I knew it. But how am I going to persuade him to part with it?
Break his fingers.
Nah, I couldn't do that.
I could.
Thanks for the offer, kid, but I'll try a more subtle approach.
Chinese burns?
Do you know where I could find Fitzgerald?
He's inside, but you won't get no sense out of him.
How come? Is he drunk?
He's like a frightened rabbit. A real bag of nerves. Why, the fella's scared of his own shadow.
What's Fitzgerald scared of?
Everything and everyone.
So I shouldn't have any trouble getting him to talk.
He's a pushover. But don't scare him too much. Try the soft touch. Butter him up a bit.
I heard that Pegram had found a legendary gem.
That's right. It's been the talk of Lochmarn all week.
You haven't seen the gem, have you?
Hell no. I reckon Pegram made off with it. If I was him, I'd go to Amsterdam, chop it up and sell it. He could be living the life of Riley instead of digging holes.
Let's show him our new beer mat.
What do you make of this, kid?
Hey, that's one of Leary's towels. He'll skin you alive.
That old windbag doesn't scare me. Anyhow, I'm only borrowing it.
You're pretty cool, mister. For an old guy.
I don't think he's that old.
What do you make of
Hey,
that old...
you're...
All right. I think we have
See
to
you later,
go
kid.
back inside
Okay,
to talk to Fitzgerald again. Yes, Mole? You're pretty cool for an old guy, thanks. Cheeky bastard.
Hello.
McGuire says he saw you working at the dig. What's more, he saw you talking with Pegram.
You little liar. He'll say anything to get attention.
Well, it's his word against yours, I guess. See you later.
Yeah, so that's the box with the gem in it, I think. It's a cozy little pub.
The drain was covered with an iron grating, through which I could hear the rush and surge of running water. I took hold of the grating and pulled hard, but it didn't move.
Right, so we can go up here as well.
On the back of the cart was a crazily stacked tower of hay bales, leaning precariously against the castle wall.
Get away, you silly noodle! Can't you see the load's unstable?
The farmer's craggy face was set in a mask of aesthetic appreciation. His feet were set in a pair of manure-caked boots.
What's this look like? Oh wow, look at the difference there.
Hi, it's me again.
So I see. What now?
Have you seen Professor Pegram?
No, he's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back in England, I suppose.
Do you think Pegram's disappearance is due to the curse?
Look at the facts. He dug up the gem. He disappeared. Bingo. It doesn't take a degree in mathematics to work that one out, does it? You don't have to be a smarty Pythagoras with a calculator.
I guess not.
Pegram has run off with the gem.
This guy is big mad. Yeah, silly noodle is quite a good insult, yeah.
What can you tell me about the castle?
Not much, I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten. Ah, but if these old stones could only speak, what stories they'd tell. Stories to make your toes curl and your blood run cold. You know, this castle is said to be over 600 years old.
Who built the castle?
Mad Phelan, the first lord of Lochmarn. Well, I say lord, but actually he was little more than a village chieftain. He built his castle from the remains of the Templar preceptory.
Ah, that's the first we've heard of the Templars here.
Where was the site of the Templar preceptory?
Right here on Temple Hill. Phelan built right on top of the old wall. It's said that deep beneath these walls there's a Templar chapel.
Did Pegram discover the chapel?
I don't know. His workers were sworn to secrecy.
Do you mind if I climb up your haystack to get into the castle?
What? You'd break your stupid neck for sure. Do you think I'd stand by and see your brains dashed out?
I'd be very careful, and I promise not to sue.
You won't get the chance, not while I'm here to stop you.
Good book?
A book? It's a passport to a world of fantasy and imagination.
Yeah, what's the title?
Creative Shelving for Beginners, the 1978 edition.
That's a favourite of mine, that one.
What's so cool about home improvement?
There's nothing like it. The resinous autumnal aroma of seasoned wood, the rhythmic rasp of the play. Ah, no wonder our Lord came to earth as the son of a humble carpenter. I bet he was a wizard with a chisel and a length or two before.
Surely the portrayal of Christ's adoptive family as humble artisans is a symbolic metaphor.
I don't know about that, but I know they were carpenters. Haven't you read the book?
Well, no. But I have seen The Greatest Story Ever Told, and I don't recall Jesus putting up any shelves. Does this tool mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Is it used on sheep?
No, it's for lifting the covers off drains.
Never. How?
Well, the end of the tool fits into the hole in the cover.
They'd slip out. Angles are wrong. You'd never do it.
I have. I did it in Paris. Does this
You already showed me that, and I wasn't impressed.
Oh.
Does
Shame.
this false nose mean anything to you?
You're a circus clown.
No, but I got this from someone who disguised himself as a clown.
Is that a fact? Why did you do that now?
He's a psychotic killer. I think he may be connected with Pegram's disappearance. Did I show you this nose?
Yes, you did.
What do you make of this tissue?
I need a Kit
That's
Kat.
a sorry sight to wave about in public.
Oh, it's theatrical grease paint.
And that makes it all right, does it? I must remember that next time someone complains about the state of me handkerchief.
Is the SR of Holy Jones from '06 worth 350, would you say? I don't know, actually, Crow. Like, SRs normally are quite cheap. That's quite expensive for an SR. Is that on Card Market?
What do you make of this tissue?
That's a sorry sight to wave about in public.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, but I wouldn't trust him. His eyes are too close together. He's not a friend of yours, is he?
Oh, no. Far from it. In fact, I believe it's the face of a killer.
I knew it! Piggy eyes. Can't trust him.
Do you recognize the...
I already...
eBay. Check Card Market. That's usually the best way to sort of discern how much something's worth.
Would you like to shake my hand?
What is this? I don't do that mail bond and stuff.
But keep in mind that, like, postage and stuff comes into it as well. Oh, there's our first dickhead of the day. Cheap viewers in the band dimension.
Come on, forget your prejudice and shake hands.
Never. It's not natural.
What do you make of this matchbook?
Seems ordinary enough to me.
Do you recognize the name on this card?
I can't read that little writing.
It says Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics.
Is that your name, Tommy Merlin?
No, but what a great stage name. It had what my high school hypnosis act had lacked, style and class. For a few seconds, I bathed in spotlights on a thundering tide of applause. Tommy Merlin, hypnotist.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. I just remembered something. About this pass.
You showed me before.
Have you any use for this towel?
Whatever gave you that idea? Oh dear me, no.
I have to go now.
Right. So I don't think we can do anything with this door either.
The gates were made of solid, age-blackened wood. Pushing with all my strength got me nowhere. They didn't budge. I really need to start working out.
Yeah, me too, George. All right, so I don't think we can do anything here until this guy's fucked off. So I reckon we probably need to find a new book or something. It's actually been a long time since I played this, so I don't remember all of the puzzle solutions. Let's see, can we use the tool to open this up? I seem to remember the tool being really useful
The
in this.
workman's key was the obvious tool to use to open this trapdoor. It was specifically designed for a job like this. Unfortunately, there weren't any holes in the trapdoor.
I seem to remember there being something in the drain.
I tried to use the keys to lever up the grating, but that wasn't going to happen.
I could be wrong. What about using it to open the box?
I tapped the plastic with the lifting key, but it was too strong to shatter.
Right. Let's see if we can glean some more information out of these guys.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
No, maybe not.
Oh, nothing.
Doyle?
Hey! Hello there again, mister.
Do you remember seeing Sean Fitzgerald at the dig?
Let me see now. I think me brain box needs a spot of lubrication.
Buy him a drink?
Can I buy you a drink?
You most certainly can.
Give me a drink for my friend here.
Who, Doyle? Has he conned you into buying for him? Shame on you, Patrick. Same again.
Just a point this time, Michael.
Just the
One
pint.
pint of brown coming up.
Looks like O'Brien's drinking some Guinness.
Do you remember Sean Fitzgerald now?
I can picture the scene as if it was only last week. Come to think of it, it was only last week. Fitzgerald was there all right. Him and a bunch of students. He was speaking with the boss man.
Bye for now.
So that's two people we've got that have seen him.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Internet, what's up, dude? How you doing?
May I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir. Same again?
Yeah, please. How is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time-honored fashion, suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar, utilizing the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven.
It's a really cozy game, dude, for me. This one really takes me back to being...
Thanks.
I don't know when I played it first. It would have been like 98, 99, maybe? Takes me back.
Hello again.
Oh, he's got a bit of string out there. What's that about?
What?
Yeah, what's the bit of string?
What's that you're making?
It's a necklace, me bucko.
Oh, sure. Made out of steel wire?
That's right. A necklace for my pretty one. When my little lover feels it round her slender neck, she'll be mine. All mine.
If I was a woman, I wouldn't think much of a wire necklace.
It's not made for a woman. I've got my sights on tastier dishes than women.
Flesh as smooth and tender as a maiden. Bones as soft and white as a newborn babe. Rabbit, that's what gets my juices flowing.
He's mad.
Ah, so you're making snares to trap rabbits.
That's right. Do you have a problem with that?
Damn right I do. Isn't it painful?
Only if I get me fingers caught.
I'm talking about the rabbits. Do they feel much pain?
You bet.
Mean?
Did you ever see Fitzgerald at Peagram's Dig?
I never heard of either of them.
I'll see you later.
So I think we can grab the... I think we can grab this, like when he sneezes, I want to say.
It was a short piece of wire, twisted into a rough circle.
You have to kind of just... You have to wait for him to sneeze, I think. Could be wrong. Might be when he goes for a drink, maybe. Come on, get out. Is he not going to do it now? Oh, there you go, hang on. There you go.
As soon as the old guy looked away, I grabbed this piece of wire.
There we go. Should we show it to him?
Hello again.
What?
Look at my wire I got.
Here, this wire belongs to you.
Oh, no. Never saw it before. No.
Here, this wire
Oh, no.
I'll see you later.
No, he doesn't. He won't. George won't do it, Moll. He's scared that he'll probably fucking kill him. Roughly the same price for shipping. eBay was free shipping. Okay, that's not so bad then, Crow. I do. If you can make a wish list on Card Market, and then you can check if like a buyer has like some more of the cards you want. So I usually try and do like combined shipping to make it a bit cheaper, if that helps. Let's show them our wire we got.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Does this piece of wire mean anything to you?
You can't lick his
God,
face.
Man, put it away.
What's the problem?
Don't play the innocent with me, mister. What you do with that wire is your own business, but don't drag me into it.
Does this piece of...
No.
Thanks. Hey! Hello there again, mister. Does this piece of wire mean anything to you?
Not me, mister.
Bye for now.
Doyle's about... He's probably about 20 years old.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
What do you make of this piece of wire?
It looks ordinary enough to me.
Goodbye for now.
Alright, let's talk to Sean again. See if we can get him to have a drink.
Hello.
What do you suppose this wire is used for?
How should I know?
Doyle told me you definitely worked at the dig. He's seen you there. You might as well admit it.
Just my luck. Grasped up by a delinquent and a dimwit.
I need to talk to Professor Pegram, if he's still alive.
What do you mean? Is he in danger?
Yeah, you too, if I'm right.
You're not from the Social Security.
Hell no. What makes you think that?
Well, I was claiming benefit at the same time I was working for Pegram.
I'm not in a position to make judgments, Sean. That's between you and your conscience. All I want is to talk to Pegram about the gem.
But he's not here.
I know that. But he left that package with you, didn't he?
Oh, here we go. Been buying CDs lately. Mostly of artists I like. Rage Against the Machine, Linkin Park. Oh, nice, dude. You getting... How come you're going for CDs? You want to, like, build up a little bit of a collection?
What did Pegram find at the castle?
The entrance to an underground chamber. It was filled with earth and rubble.
Pegram had us dig it out. We uncovered a secret room, a hidden chapel.
Did Pegram find the gem in the altar room?
I don't know. He made us leave and wouldn't tell us why. Half an hour later he came out. White as a sheet he was. He closed down the dig and locked up the castle, sent us all away.
From the sound of it, Pegram had discovered more than just the gem. So where did Pegram go?
I don't know. I swear it. He came to see me early this morning. Said he was leaving. He asked me to give this package to a guy called Marquet.
Show me what's in the package, Sean.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I promised the professor.
So what? You didn't have any qualms about your benefit scam. So where's the harm in taking a peek inside Pegram's package?
There's a joke there.
You don't know these people. I can't. I don't dare.
This is your last chance to show me the package, Fitzgerald. I've been patient with you, but now it's time to kick ass.
But he'll kill me.
Who will?
Man from Paris. Jack Marquet. Pegram told me if I gave him the package unopened, I'd hear no more about it. But if I double-crossed Marquet, I'd be dead.
I'll deal with Jacques Marquet. Give the package to me.
No. Why should I trust you? I don't know who to trust anymore. I wish I'd never even heard of the Lochmarn gem.
Out he goes. That doesn't sound good.
Hey, I just seen a big red.
Get out of here, Maguire. Come back when you're old enough.
What's the lad howling about?
A big red sports car. Sean Fitzgerald's been runned over.
Get out! Noisy little tyke.
Maybe you should send out some medicinal brandy, Michael.
Oh, yes. And who's going to pay for it?
Not me.
Me too, neither.
Let's go and see what happened. Yeah, I think CD collecting can get quite expensive, dude. I think.
I was telling the truth about Fitzy, mister.
Okay, calm down. Now tell me what happened.
I was standing here, minding me own business, when I saw this beautiful red sports car coming up over the hill. Would you look at that, says I. And I going over to take a closer look. Next thing, Fitzy comes tearing out of the pub and nearly knocks me on my ass. Well, the car just flies at him. It was too fast for poor old Fitzy, and hit him an awful wallop. He goes flying up on top. Jesus, says I thought he was a goner. Next thing, the driver hops out, and I couldn't believe my eyes. He was dressed like a bloody pixie.
Of course he was.
Did this pixie have a scar on his cheek?
I couldn't see. He was wearing a stupid mask. Are you a special agent?
Sorry to disappoint you, kid, but I'm not. Did Fitzgerald drop anything when he was hit?
I didn't see. It all happened so fast.
What do you think this wire could be used for?
Stealing cars. There's only one problem.
The local policeman?
No. Nobody in Lochmarn has got a car.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
So we see, look, we got the switch now. He knocked open the cover.
The plastic cover had been smashed by the pixie's car, revealing a switch. I pushed the switch down, but in doing so it snapped off in my hand.
Can we use the wire on it? No. See if the tool works.
I tried to flip the switch with the lifting key, but it was much too cumbersome for the job.
No. Yes, there's something drops down the drain, I think.
The drain was covered with a grating. I took hold of the grating and pulled hard, but it didn't move.
All right, back in we go. Let's talk to everyone again.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
The boy told me Fitzgerald was driven away in the car that hit him.
McGuire's always spinning wild yarns. I don't know where he gets them from. Television, I expect, or comics. If I was you, I'd take what he says with a generous pinch of salt.
What's up, King Coin? Hopefully I'm saying that right. Coin, is it? Or Coiny? Pretty coin.
McGuire's tale about the car sounds quite plausible to me. He says the driver was dressed like a leprechaun.
That boy has a head full of fluffy toys.
I mean, if you told that to anyone else, they were not going to believe you, are they? Yeah, good, thanks. How are you doing? Have you played this game before?
Goodbye for now.
Let's talk to Doyle.
Hey! Hello there again, mister.
What do you know about leprechauns, Doyle?
Leprechauns! Is it the little people you're talking about? Sure, and a cousin of mine was wed to one.
Oh, come on. Do you really expect me to believe that?
It's the truth, I'm telling you. She fell asleep on a fairy ring, see? When she woke up, there he was, a little fella, all in green.
Tell me more about your cousin and the leprechaun.
Oh, no.
Well, young Mary was speechless, especially when the leprechaun up and spoke to her. Be my bride, me darling, says he, and she'll never want for riches again. Okay, says she, and he slips a ring of daisies on her finger.
Amen.
So there you are, proof that the little people exist.
Well, that's no proof. All you have is
So
a
much
word
proof.
for it.
Not so. The following spring, she had a little baby.
Played as many times, first on the PS1, show my age. I mean, that's not it's not a bad thing. I played it on PS1 as well. That you can actually bring it back to the old style graphics as well. I think they've done a pretty good job with bringing it up to date, though. Is that a good price for CDs, internet?
Did the leprechaun's promise come true?
What promise was that now?
That she'd never want for riches again.
Now, there's the strangest thing. She never did.
I thought you said she was claiming the social part.
Indeed, Mr. O'Brien. But there's riches and riches. She told me, Pat, she says, that little darling boy is all the riches in the world to me.
See, this is what I remember the game looking like, and then this is what it actually looks like.
Bye for now.
I'm hoping they do the second one. I think the second one might even be a little better than this one.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Okay, we can't talk
I don't
to
want
the
anything.
landlords.
Just give me a shout when you do.
What about old Ron? I'm pretty sure, I think they will. I think the Kickstarter for
Hello
this one was
again.
pretty popular at the time.
What? Aren't you concerned about what happened to Fitzgerald? No. I'll see you later.
Doesn't give a shit.
Get out.
I'm trying to remember what we do next now. Let's go up and see the farmer again. I want to try and do this without using any hints, ideally.
Hi, it's me again.
So I see. What now?
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket. Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car? And what was it doing here? A poor fella must have been lost.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Not really
He knocked somebody
rambling,
down outside
dude.
the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car?
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
But you'd have thought the idiot could have heard it coming.
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right. That's me nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was he killed by the car?
Oh no, but he has been abducted.
Well, that's a relief now.
That's a relief.
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
That's fair.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle, his own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma. Stay here and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction, or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard? It'll need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
I can look after it for you.
Does this curiously twisted piece of wire mean anything to you?
Oh dear. Now what would you be wanting with a cruel snare like that?
Well, it's not mine. It belongs to the old guy in the bar.
Ah yes, it would.
Let's finish this off.
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Marvellous. I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
There you go. Sorted.
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay.
Let's climb it. I remember what to do here now.
The stack of hay stopped, short of the top of the wall. Even if I stretched as far as I could, the wall was out of reach. What I needed was a slice or two of Alice's Wonderland. There was a narrow crack between two of the stones where the centuries-old mortar had crumbled away. I pushed my fingers into the narrow crack. It went back several inches into the rock.
So this is what the sewer key's for.
I inserted the end of the lifting key in the mortarless crack and gave it a firm shove. It remained lodged in the wall, jutting out to form a step.
Still looks pretty dangerous, doesn't it? And here it comes. This fucking goat.
It was the fiercest, meanest-looking old goat I'd ever laid eyes upon. Hey, Billy! The animal fixed on me with an evil glare. Behind the malice and resentment, there was a cool intelligence. How you doing, boy? I felt as threatened as I'd been by the assassin and his goons in Paris. It was a rusted piece of iron, maybe part of a plow or something.
Now, I seem to remember this puzzle being quite difficult in the original game. And then obviously if we try and go over here. Same again.
The goat's movements were restricted by a halter tied to a metal post. Hey, Billy. The goat responded with a cool and penetrating stare.
Now, do I remember how to do this? I don't know if I do. Yes, you see you can like...
Hey, Billy. The goat responded with a cool and
You have
penetrating stare.
You have to kind of get them stuck. I forget exactly how you do it. Let's go back to the pub, shall we? For the mo. To be fair, Mol, I played this like a long time ago. And it's one of those kind of like obscure point and click type puzzle things as well. You talk to Maguire about the goat.
Hey, Maguire.
What do you want to know?
No, we can't.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
I think the is the beer mat damp.
It was a rectangle of toweling printed with the words, Nagopoline Stout builds body. It was a short piece of wire twisted into a rough circle.
What happens if the rod stuck on the wall just broke? We would not be getting any further in this game, is what would happen. A lot of these like point and click games are a bit like this, like very obscure.
The farmer was drinking and chatting with his pals as if nothing had happened. Maybe abduction had replaced cattle raiding as their national pastime.
Hello. Hello there. Let me introduce you to my pals.
We've already met.
King, thanks for the follow, dude. Appreciate it.
I want you to know you have my sympathy.
Oh, it's just terrible, awful.
It's the worst news I heard all day.
It's top the bad news all right for this week and the next.
The whole year.
It's worse than that. It's a worse disaster than living memory.
Isn't it the biggest calamity in the history of the village?
I would say it's the biggest in the history of Ireland.
The most awesome disaster since mankind paddled out of the primal plot.
Jesus, all right, guys.
There's no beer.
There's no beer.
What about Sean? Why aren't you out looking for him?
There's no point in launching an ill-equipped expedition to save the lad. In a life-or-death situation, preparation is essential. That's why I slipped in here.
For a point.
Is a glass of beer more important than a man's life?
Were you talking to me?
To all of you. Sean Fitzgerald has met with God knows what, and all you can do is drink.
Sean has gone for a ride in a flash car, that's all. Why don't you calm down and join us?
I gotta go.
Yeah, it's like Day of the Tentacle, yeah. I've actually not played that, but it's that type of game.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there.
Oh,
Nothing else we can talk to him about. Doyle?
hey.
Hello there again.
Oh, nothing really.
I mean, we've got a beer. Or should we drink our beer? Let's drink our beer. We get pissed as a fart.
Somehow, I felt strangely compelled. Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Can we have another beer?
Hey, how about another drink?
See him again?
Do you serve cocktails?
I'll serve anyone with manners. And money.
No, I'm serious. Have you considered turning McDevitt's into a cocktail bar? Cocktails are chic, cool, and popular with younger drinkers.
What? Kids in the bar? Can you imagine it? Pinball, pimples, and puke.
Right, I get the picture. I'll settle for a glass of stout.
I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
I could fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician. Oh well, at least the glass washer is still working.
No, it's not.
my dear, is it?
It's not. No.
Thanks.
Let's go. Should we talk to Nico?
Allô? Kula? J'écoute.
Nico?
Who is this?
It's me, George.
Oh, hello, George. Where are you?
I'm in Ireland.
What's it like there?
Kind of sleepy. Comatose, even.
Did you get to talk to Picram?
I haven't found him yet. I figured I'd call you first. Are you okay?
Oh, sure I am. Don't worry about me, George. Any signs of our friend the clown?
You're kidding. He probably never even heard of Lochmarn.
Okay, that's all we can say. Can we talk to Todrick?
No point in phoning that guy again.
Nope. Right, so this seems to be dead.
Get?
I could try to fix your glass washer.
Oh no, not unless you're a qualified
Ah.
electrician.
Okay. Think I got it.
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring.
So we can show him the ID cards.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
Well, no. Isn't that marvelous? Ha, here's a house bedeviled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer.
There we go. Are they doing another one?
When you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
It was an electrical plug attached to the glass washer.
I didn't know they'd confirmed 6.
I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. Seemed fine to me.
Oh man, I'm definitely down for another one. I'm glad the voice of George is still around. I can't imagine anyone else doing his voice.
There was nothing physically wrong with the glass washer.
Can we use the wire on the plug?
I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire. I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions. Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half-pint to that man on the house. Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
I guess so, but I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
We're making some headway here.
What a dumb place to store a flashlight. A dark cellar. The only way I was going to find anything down there was to feel around.
Oh, wow. That looks so different. Jesus Christ, look at the difference. It's called Parsifal Stone. Oh, I have heard of that, actually. So we got the lever.
My hand closed on a long metal rod. I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen.
Maybe that means the... See, look. That might mean that we can open it with our bare hands up the top now. Let's try that. Yeah, so maybe we'll get Parsifal's Stone first, and then maybe they'll work on Broken Sword 2 Reforged, maybe. I'd put money into that Kickstarter. Yeah, I like it when they do things like this. This is how like remasters or remakes should be. They should let you go with the old graphics as well. There you go.
I lifted the trap door, and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Oh, look who it is.
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. I prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
Let's jump down the trapdoor.
It wasn't my nerves that stopped me jumping. It was my damned legs. They wouldn't move.
What's up, Martin? Yeah, I got the I went for the collector's edition coin. I think I can't remember when they were planning on sending it out. Let's give old Martin a shout out here, guys. Please give my friend Martin a shout out. Please give him a follow. He's a lovely man. Just finished Mario Sunshine. How's your day been, Martin? You been alright? Alright, let's go back downstairs. We should be able to see now, hopefully. There you go. Oh, look what we have here.
Then I noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trap door. It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. As I held it aloft, I realized the fascination it could command. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way. You're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
Oh, I could. For sure. That old misery guts deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Okay. But it'll cost you a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari.
Huge news, my mum has finished editing my Sonic costume for the half marathon Sunday. And she bought it and it's the sex. Damn. Are you going to paint your face blue? You're going to have to like... You're going to have to like start like going... you have to like hum the Green Hill Zone music as you're running. Oh, you sent a DM. Oh, let me see. Let's have a butch. Dude, that's so amazing. That last picture is incredible. That's the best thing I've seen in a long time. Oh, man. How come you did that? Was that for like, was that a bet or something? Or you just fancy doing it?
It was a couple of paper sacks filled with trash.
So good.
I searched the trash, but there was nothing useful there.
Trash.
I tried to pull the lever, but it wouldn't move with the trap door open.
Oh, it's one of the charity goal things. Okay. That's a great one. I like that. Are you going to do another video for it, or...?
It was a calendar with a faded photograph of a prize-winning carp.
Right, what else we got? Cleaning materials?
It was a bunch of cleaning materials. I looked among the cleaning materials, but saw nothing I could use. It was an empty carton which had once contained caustic soda. The carton was damp and soggy, useless. It was a rusty faucet. The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
Oh, wait, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why I remember this. I'm pretty sure we want to make the towel damp. Could be wrong.
I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water. I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
Okay, so we've got a couple of extra things there.
The towel was soaked through with water. It was the barman's flashlight. It was a large blue gemstone.
All right. It was originally like a cheap, mass-produced one. His spikes looked more like dreadlocks, but she made them chunkier and chopped. Did a lot of alterations better. It looks really good, dude. That's like probably the best Sonic costume I've seen. Like, no joke. Because most of them look super garbage, don't they? Yeah, all good here, dude. Anime night was good. We watched more Battleship Yamato. Really enjoying rewatching that. Yeah, this is a remake of a game that came out in '96, Martin. This was a Kickstarter to like bring it up to sort of modern day. So this is what it looked like in '96, and then they've done this with it. I think it's a pretty bloody good job. Oh, hang on, let's talk to the landlord quickly.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
I found your flashlight.
So I see it. You'd better keep hold of that until you fix the pumps.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
Sure. What a beauty. I bet you wish that was real, don't you?
She showed everyone the gemstone.
Thanks.
Yeah, they should. More games should do it. I want to say that the Halo remaster was the first one to do it.
Hey! Hello there again, mister.
That's the first one I remember doing it anyway.
What do you think of this flashlight?
It's not very bright, is it?
I could say the same about some of the present company.
That's true.
Don't let him hear you. Keep it under your hat, mister.
That flashlight, like your brain died. is not switched on.
I don't think he heard me.
Do you recognize this gem?
Saints be praised. It must be worth a fortune.
Maybe it is. Have you seen it before? It's the one which Pegram took from the dig.
Oh. How come you've got it now?
He left it behind. I'm looking after it.
Oh. You could take that to Dublin and sell it.
Bye for now.
What's your plan, Martin, now that you've finished
Excuse me, Mr.
Sunshine?
O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
What do you think of this flashlight?
It's not a very practical piece of equipment, is it?
It's not switched on.
I'm referring to the lack of a bracket. How would you be fixing that to your bicycle?
I don't have a bicycle. Do you recognize this gem?
Ah, that's a beautiful stone. Is it the one which Pegram found?
And the reason why both he and Fitzgerald have disappeared.
Then it's only a matter of time before you vanish too.
So Brian's with it, isn't he? Thanks to this game and a bet, my friend isn't going to be talking to me until about Halloween. How come, DJ Mega? What's happened? What, did he not... Did they not think it was going to be very good or something? Welcome to the channel, by the way. Oh, okay, yeah. Halloween makes... Halloween sort of scary games makes sense. Have you done Dead Space remake? Yeah, that might be a good one. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's murder mystery essentially, yeah, that kind of thing. So you start off sitting outside a cafe in Paris, and a guy dressed as a clown runs in, drops an explosive accordion off, runs away, nicking this guy's briefcase, and then you get taken out by the explosion. And it kind of goes from there. He told me games I grew up with were easy. Took him 4 hours to get by the goat. I'm at the goat now. I'm trying to... I did play this when it first came out. I'm trying to remember how to do it. It is free on PS Plus, yeah. That's a bloody good freebie. Gotta say.
Do you recognize this gem?
Yes.
Goodbye for now.
Hello.
Hello.
What now?
Look at my torch.
What do you think of my flashlight?
Those electric lamps are useful but limited in lifespan in my experience. I was given one for my birthday, but it stopped working after a month.
Well, the battery was probably drained.
What? Nobody told me. I threw it away.
This is the gem that Pegram found in the castle.
So that's what all the fuss was about. I can't see why myself. Why men would fight and steal and kill over a little bauble like that.
Well, it's kind of neat the way it sparkles. I gotta go.
Yeah, games were fucking hard back in the day. I don't know what your mate's talking about. Depends on the game, obviously. I never played Black Mirror.
Hello again.
What was that on again? Because that's quite a bit newer than this, isn't it?
What?
I want to say.
What do you think of this flashlight?
Very useful. That could be very handy in the dark. How much do you want for it?
It's not for sale. It belongs to Leary. What does this gem mean to you?
Well, well. Would you look at that? Pretty.
Do you recognize it?
No.
All right.
I'll see you later.
Let's go and talk to the kid again. They were all the rage back then, Martin. Yeah. These guys. Actually, what did Revolution make? I want to say this was one of their first games. Is it Revolution? Yeah, Revolution Software. Yeah, so that's what they made. That's it. So the other one that I remember is Beneath a Steel Sky, which was another game like this. Oh, damn, they're made in Cold Blood. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's mostly been Broken Sword games. A couple of Disney games. They did Who Wants to Be a Millionaire second edition, Martin, apparently. Yeah. Yeah, Beneath the Steel Sky. I've got the remake of Beneath the Steel Sky, actually, is in the pile of shame. Have you hit the tab key? I'm playing on the console. What for, like, is that what the tab button does?
Hey, McGuire.
What do you want to know?
Yeah.
What do you think of my flashlight?
It's cool, isn't
It's
it?
a torch. That's what we call it on this side of the Atlantic.
Want a closer look at the gem, McGuire?
No, I don't. Jewels is for girls. You'd better hide that, mister. What if the pixie comes back? You'll be in trouble then.
I don't believe in pixies. Underneath that costume is a psychotic killer.
Smart.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Just thinking, actually, let's ring Nico. Yeah, we were saying earlier, more of these kind of remakes should have the ability to go back to the old graphics. I read something interesting on Twitter earlier, actually, about this kind of thing. Don't you think it should be like when they re-release a game or remake a game, you should still be able to buy the old version of it easily? They shouldn't delist it. In most cases, I think they should give you the original game as well. You know, if the space allows it. Thank you, Mole and Crow. Oh, who's that? Is that Martin paying off his debt? He is. The IOUs are up to date. I'm not sure if it was just them that made that Millionaire game. It was on their Wikipedia. They might have had a hand in it, but maybe not made it. Your kneecaps are safe. Can I owe you 21.1k? You know I'd forget, don't you? Revolution made the original game, it kept the director's cut up, which is nice. Yeah, that's cool. I like, because this is the second time they've remade this one, isn't it, technically? I was looking back at, because I think director's cut was the last one I played. I want to say I played that on the iPhone back in the day. But it's not really, they changed a lot from the original, didn't they? It didn't have quite the same feel as the original game.
Allô? Couleur. J'écoute.
Nico?
Who is this?
It's me, George. Are you okay?
Yes, of course I am.
Well, take care. I'll be back soon.
Yeah, thanks for calling, George. Any signs of our friend the clown?
Yeah, he turned up dressed as a pixie.
What? Did he see you?
He came back and talked to me.
Oh, you're crazy, George. The killer knows who you are.
Relax. It wasn't me he was after. It was Peagram's gem.
We got 2 subs, Crow, yeah. So we get another one, we can open a pack. Yeah, that was 5 was like that, wasn't it? DJ Mega. But I didn't mind the look of 5, but it's not as charming as these games are, in my opinion. I kind of hope they go for more like one that looked like this. So charming this. I've been watching Twin Peaks for the first time and the dialogue and vibes is definitely giving me similar vibes to this. I've not watched Twin Peaks, so I couldn't confirm if that's the case, but it definitely has. This is like one of my coziest games, this game. Despite it being, about murder.
The drain was covered with a grating.
Okay, what do we actually have here? Can we use the flashlight on the drain to see if there's anything in it? No. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Mol, for gifting a sub to Kyle. Right, we'll do a One Piece pack once I take a break. Keep that in mind. Addy, what's up, dude? It's so good, but it's so shit, but so good. The mystery's fucking brilliant. Twin Peaks has always been one of those shows, isn't it? Bit Marmitey. I've not played Toonstruck, Martin, but I do know of it. I really like point-and-click games, but I haven't actually played a good chunk of them. The only other one I've played on stream was Full Throttle, which actually I think still holds up pretty well. Yeah, I don't know if Martin's played Deadly Premonition, actually. Oh, he has. There you go. I played a bit of that as well, but didn't stick with it. Addy, I'm sure you don't taste like shit.
I took hold of the grating and pulled hard, but it didn't move.
I'm sure Hannibal Lecter would still eat you. Question is, can I get past the goat now? Should we go back to I'm not sure if we can actually go back to Paris yet. I think we actually have to finish off Ireland first. Yeah, we do. Alright, how the fuck do you defeat the goat again? Yes, this goat is a right bastard. I remember it was. I think they've made it easier for this one, haven't they? But it's still. I think it's still a bit tricky. I think I might have it, Martin. I think it might have been on GOG. I think what a freebie given away, perhaps. Same puzzle as the original. I want to say you had to maneuver the goat. Do you have to get it stuck on this? He's just going to headbutt me again, isn't he? Oh. Next, he's just going to stay down now. I don't know if you can get up quick enough, can you? Yeah. Oh, they dumbed it down for director's cut. Okay. No, you don't have to tame the goat. I want to say you have to get him stuck. But yeah, it's been a while since I've done this. I think when I first played it on the PS1, I think I had to use a guide to get it done.
The goat's movements were restricted by a halter tied to a metal post.
What's that? Actually reminds me there's an indie game released recently which is also ported and plays on the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. It's called Batty Zabella. Oh, I've not heard of that. I know about taming sheep. All right, Martin. All right. Yeah, it is. That's what I do remember. It does play very differently to any of the other puzzles in the game because it's not a. it's not a static puzzle. You have to like move the goat around, I think, or like I think you have to time it or something, don't you? Do I have the? I don't know if I've got the right items to use here. That's the only thing.
Hey, Billy. The goat responded with a cool and penetrating stare.
It's something to do with the plough, isn't it?
It was a rusted piece of iron. Maybe
Oh,
part of a
Jesus.
plow or something.
We got 2 dickheads. Get banned, pricks. There you go. Oh, you don't need items. Okay, that's cool. That narrows it down. God, there's loads of so many more bots now, isn't there, on Twitch? It seems. Oh, did I? Yeah, that's all right. Only seems to be getting worse, yeah. Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? So I want to say, like, if we get knocked over by him, can we get up quick enough to maneuver this? Before he... No. Maybe it's this side. There you go.
The rope by which the goat was tethered had become tangled on the old plowshare.
Yeah, it's a very different puzzle, isn't it?
It was a rusted piece of iron. Maybe part of a plow or something. Hey, Billy. The goat responded with a cool and penetrating stare.
Is when you said there wasn't an item involved. That's all I needed to know.
The goat was tangled up with the old plow.
There's only so much you can do, isn't there? Right, down we go. They've done a pretty good job updating those animations, actually, as well. My friend took 4 hours because he was using the hint system and set them to max recharge time. Yeah, I only found the hint system earlier, actually. I didn't realise there was like a cooldown on them. I don't plan to use them, ideally, if I can avoid it.
The bench had probably been used by Pegram and his archaeological team. The only object on the table which interested me was a small sack. The sack contained a fine white powder.
Ah, a bit of cocaine, eh?
As I dipped my fingers into the soft white powder, I realized what it was. Plaster of Paris. I'd used it in kindergarten to make casts of animal paw prints.
What's this? Oh, right, like blocking stuff. Yeah, I just block. I just block all URLs basically. It kind of sucks because it means that if someone's got an actual URL that I want to see, they can't generally put it there. But you know, it's an easy sacrifice at the end of the day. Like you could just put the websites in as blocked words, but you know.
There was a pattern of 5 holes arranged on the wall. They'd been drilled there deliberately.
That's why I plugged the Discord, yeah.
I placed
Or you
my
can do that,
fingers
yeah.
and thumb into the holes in the wall. Nothing happened.
See, that's fine though, because like if someone actually posted that, then you're gonna you're not gonna you can't click on it, can you? And if I saw it, I'm just gonna say like, don't click on that, or don't put that into your URL.
It was a statue which had fallen
If I
from
think
its
it's
place
dodgy.
on the wall. 5 fingers of stone projected from the back of the carving. The statue was too heavy to lift. It overbalanced into the sand.
I remember how to do this now. Yeah, I remember how to do this.
Behind the altar was a carved panel decorated with animals, birds, and plants. I tried in vain to move the panel.
So we pick this up.
As I swung the stone upright, I noticed it had left a pattern of holes in the sand. The 5 fingers on the back of the statue had left their impressions in the fine sand. I placed my fingers in the 5 impressions left by the fallen stone. It was weird. They fit perfectly.
Right, so we need to put some plaster in there.
I sprinkled the plaster on the sand until the holes were filled.
Then we use that wet towel.
I squeezed the towel as hard as I could, but it was barely damp.
Do we have to go back and I guess does it get dry over time? Is that it? I think that might be it. Let's go back.
The towel had dried out and was barely damp.
There you go. So there's actually a time limit on that. Oh yeah, let's have a look at that.
It was a handful of plaster left in the castle by Peagram's archaeology team.
Oh really? I wouldn't imagine there's 2 ways to do this puzzle. Get the goat to spit on it. That's a lot of goat spit. Piss on it. I mean, George has had 2 pints of beer. He's probably due to break the seal.
Hey, McGuire.
What do you want to know?
Look at this plaster of Paris.
Do you know what this white powder is?
No?
Ah,
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
so innocent. Do you want some of this white powder, Maguire? What was that?
Hello. What now?
I can't see that name, but thank you for the subscription. I think that was a YouTube sub. Thank you. Very kind.
Do you recognize this white powder?
Seems ordinary enough to me.
Everyone's so innocent here.
I gotta go.
Oh, the claimed solution was to piss on the towel? I doubt it. That's probably like...
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
It's like the old
Hello there.
make Lara Croft nude
now?
cheats that they claimed back in the day.
What do you make of this white powder?
Could it be bicarbonate of soda?
Bicarbonate of soda?
Goodbye for now.
See, the thing is, mine. This one is generally pretty logical for the most part.
Hey! Hello there again, mister.
But if anyone's played the Discworld games, those games are ridiculous hard.
Do you recognize this white powder? No, I don't.
It's just Twitch subs. Mine, yes.
Bye for now. Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Does this...
I knew it. The minute you walked through the door, I knew you spelled trouble.
Now, just a minute.
It might be what you're used to in New York, but we don't use that stuff here.
Hey, it's plaster. I found it in the castle. Thanks.
What's that? Everybody made Lara nude. Stop covering it up, Tom.
Hello again.
Just imagining it, Addy.
What? What do you make of this white powder?
Ah! Hair fever!
Oh, bless him.
I'll see you later.
All right, let's go and make this towel wet, shall we?
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
Don't be drinking that water.
I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water.
All right, turn it off though.
I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
Don't be wanting to waste his water. Right, so I think if we make it straight over there now, we should be all right. Cheers, Mole. I will hydrate once we sort this puzzle out. The guy that does the voice for this has been in a few famous films as well, I think. George's voice, that is. Alright, let's try that again. Should be alright now.
The towel was soaked through with water. The trickle of water was quickly absorbed by the plaster.
What's this? Hey, look how different that looks. Like, much lighter. I feel like you lose a few of the details with the new one, but it would be this dark, wouldn't it?
I eased the solid piece of plaster from the sand. Underneath, it had formed a perfect copy of the statue. The hardened plaster cast fitted snugly into the 5 matching sockets. There was a soft thud, then silence.
There we go. Too dark, I'm guessing. Oh no, it uses the torch automatically. There you go. I don't think you can actually go down there without the torch. There we go. That's it. Island is complete. I've got hay fever now.
So, where did you stay last night?
At McDevitt's, I got to drinking with Doyle and a couple of the guys.
That explains why you look so ill today. Did you get any sleep at all?
Not much. I had to share the room with another guy.
Did he snore?
Hardly. He was dead,
And you say Pigram has disappeared?
without a trace. But my visit wasn't a complete waste of time.
Pigram's gem?
The Templars gem. Whoever Jacques Marquet is, he's in for a disappointment.
Jacques Marquet?
He's the guy who should have collected the gem from Fitzgerald.
What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by
Thank
is
you,
the
Mol.
name and a picture of a hanged man.
Yeah, that would be pretty traumatizing, wouldn't it? Ah. Yeah, fairly traumatizing. Oh, look at our plaster of Paris, Nico.
Look, Nico, a handful of plaster.
Yeah. Why is it that men never really grow up?
What's your problem, sister?
Your pockets stuffed with useless junk like little boys.
You never know when useless junk might come in handy.
It's true.
Do you want to look after the gem?
No, George. I'd be too tempted to sell it.
Are you sure you've never heard of Thomas Merlin?
Positive.
I think we showed all the other stuff.
Let's take another look at the manuscript. That's the tripod in the Crew Museum. That's the gem that Pegram found in Lochmarn. There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
Okay.
The Night Scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
What is in Tang, DJ Mega? Exactly. Wait, is what I say about my room?
There's a guy working on a loom. There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod. I can't sit here all day, much as I'd like to.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobinot at the Kron Museum. And why don't you see if Rosso has heard anything?
Okay. Anything else I can do for you while I'm out? Shopping, a trip to the laundromat?
Just take care of yourself.
They're used for all the worthless stuff. It's not worthless. Thank you very much. All right. Let's take a very... Oh, did we get the tool back? We did, yeah. All right, let's go to be right back for a second. And we shall open... Just chatting even. And let's open a pack of Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards? One Piece cards, not Pokemon cards. I'll tell you what. Seeing as DJ Mega is new to the channel, should we let DJ Mega pick a One Piece pack? Scuffed stream much? Have you not been here long enough to notice that that's the case? Oh, it tastes like tangerines. Okay. Oh, thanks for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. How if I know, but it tastes like tangerines. It was made for the Gemini space program and has a lot of vitamin C. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, tangerines are alright, aren't they? Okay, so DJ Mega, I'm a bit of a One Piece fan. One of the things on the channel is we open packs of One Piece cards up. How would you like to pick the pack we open? So basically, if you'd like to pick, give me a number from 1 to 6, and then left or right, and we'll open that pack. Four left, okay. Right, let's have a look here. See what we've got. I will take a short break after that. I think I've probably got dinner soon-ish, but we'll do a bit more Broken Sword until dinner. And then after that, I will be probably trying to finish off Ratchet and Clank. Every break is short with you. Thanks, Mole. It's never going to get old. There's also a joke there if you want to make it. Oh, are you in Florida, Mega? You're already old. There you go. There's the joke. Nebraska. Okay. Oh, I hope stay safe, dude. Hopefully it's just a test. All right, what do we have? We have 20 doctors, Mont Blanc cricket, Guernica. I don't know how many more of the commons I need here now. The Drum Kingdom. That's where the live action should be finishing in the next season. Maria Onion Bear. We would never sell a comrade to an enemy. X-Drake. Duval. Atmos. Katakuri. We do have a new rare I need here, which is always good. We have Sasaki. And then the second rare is... very slowly. Oh, we got an SR. We got Carrot. That's cool. I needed that one. Furry boobs, yeah. Carrot's cool, though. Lovely. Thanks, guys. Good pick there, DJ Mega. Very good pick. Let's just put those to the bottom so they don't get damaged. All right, guys. I'm going to take a couple of minutes break. Just going to go and stretch my legs, get some, maybe get a snack or something just before dinner, and then yeah, we'll do a. Well, assuming we've got time, I'll do a bit more Broken Sword. If not, I might have to have like an actual proper break, and then Ratchet and Clank after. So yeah, I'll see you in a minute. Don't be naughty. Mo will take you out. He'll ban you. Alright, let's bring that back up. DJ Mega, let's see. I was watching a streamer a few years ago. He was opening Magic the Gathering card packs. Viewer dumped enough bits to activate him bending the pack in half before opening it. Turned out the pack had one of the rarest cards in it that was worth like 100 USD. Oh, that's horrible. I don't think I could, like, despite how much do you know how many bits they were given to bend the pack? So I'm not sure I could do it. 10,000 bits. So that's what? That's 100 quid or 100 USD, right? So actually, it was fine. Didn't he just break even? That's the thing. God, how much would you do it for One Piece cards? That's the thing. Because like 95% of the cards are worth like £1 or £2. But then there's the occasional card. There's one card in each set which is worth like at least £300 or £400. Where was Mo when there were bots though? He was probably busy. Yeah, I'd probably do it for 10,000 bits because the risk of like bending the manga rare is probably so low that you know, it's never going to happen. But when it's a card you don't have and it's that rare, the streamer started freaking out. I'd still be pissed, but I'd be less pissed after I'd been given 100 quid to do it. Oh, that's still. Can you imagine like if it was a much rarer, much older pack though? Like how horrible that would be. Did we get any achievements in Ireland, by the way? Indecent proposal, pinball, pimples and puke. Get to know all the locals on holiday. We dealt with the goat and we got the gem. Do not tempt fate, yeah. You'll have you. Let's see what the lady's got to say.
Oh, hi.
Hello, my handsome friend.
This scene doesn't look too... Actually, no, it looks quite different. It's got the same kind of atmosphere, this one, though. I like the new one, though. It's got kind of a more autumnal feel, doesn't it?
What do you make of this gem?
Very nice, chérie. A present for your girlfriend?
She's not my girlfriend.
Nonsense. You and her were made for each other.
Does this powder mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
I haven't really looked at the achievements for this one. I'm kind of just going to play through the game and then see how it goes. And then I might do a achievement playthrough at some point later on, maybe. Because it seems like one of the ones missable is talking to all of the... I think it was talking to all of the Irish guys about everything, essentially. Autumnal, yes. Alright, so I think we want to go and see Lobano, don't we? Can we actually go back to Ireland? No. Ireland is done. Oh, they changed these screens as well, by the way. Which is kind of cool. We go back to the cafe. Oh, this dude's gone. He's still here.
Hello again.
Yes, Inspector.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
Aha! Is it real? It must be worth a small fortune.
A very large fortune, I'd say. Do you know anything about it?
No, monsieur.
Isn't it nice that even back then they made the effort to like add in these extra little bits of dialogue for stuff like this? Because the amount of people that probably come back and talk to this guy to ask him about that is probably very small. They could have just said like, "No, monsieur," couldn't they?
What does this powder mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur.
Like that. But at least they made the effort for some of them. It's like more realistic
I
sounding.
have to be going.
Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon.
Yeah, it was just PC and PS1 back at the time. This is long, long before achievements or trophies or anything like that were a thing. This is still going to be boarded up, isn't it? Yeah. I should go to the museum. Oh, you meant the map with the icons probably wouldn't fly today. Really? How so? We go to the police. Should we go to the police first and talk to them? Inspector Moo. Oh, the airplane one. Oh, what? Because of like the stereotypes?
Excuse me.
What do you want now?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I guess so. I mean, they've kept it in there, so they're obviously not that bothered about it. Not to mention, like, I think a lot of stereotypes... I don't think a lot of stereotypes people are bothered by, really. Like, I've had the UK as, like, a tea-drinking, bowler hat-wearing posh bloke. I wouldn't be bothered by that.
Have you heard of a man called Marquet?
Yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
That's what this room looks like. George looks, like, really old in the old one.
Which hospital was Marquet taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic in the Avenue des Hérissons.
Why was Marquet known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he lived in Montmartre, I suppose.
Yeah, but why the mole?
I don't know. Maybe he ruined people's lawns.
Oh yeah, is it? I heard it was really good, wasn't it? Fallout London.
Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Yes, please.
Yes, I do.
One moment, monsieur. It's Stobart, monsieur. He insists on talking to you again.
Thank you, Moo.
Right. I mean, that's kind of the Fallout
now,
experience, though,
monsieur?
isn't it? As well.
What do you make of this, Inspector?
Astounding. Where did you come by a stone like that?
I was given it by a man in a bar in Ireland. Do you recognize the gem?
It is unfamiliar to me. If such a jewel had been stolen, I would know it for sure.
What do you make of this white powder, Rosso?
It is plaster.
Say, you're good.
Yeah, what's a Fallout game without bugs, eh?
Ever heard of a guy called Marquet? Jacques Marquet?
Marquet. I know the name well. He has a record for suspected blackmail, kidnapping, arson, and art theft.
An all-rounder, huh? How come he's on the loose?
His bravado is matched only by the courtroom skills of his attorney.
Have you heard of Professor Pegram, the archaeologist?
Molly Pigram?
The second son
Molly?
of Lord Barclay Pegram?
I don't know. I only read about him in a magazine.
So much for the efficacy of rehabilitation. What has he done this time?
He made an important archaeological find in Ireland. Do you know Pegram well?
I have connections with the family, but I wouldn't say I knew him at all.
Is his name really Molly?
Of course not. That was the nickname he was given at school. All his friends and acquaintances know him as Molly.
So long, Inspector.
They did such a good job with this. I was so impressed. Also, in regular difficulty, you die very fast. Getting 1 to 2 shotted constantly got on my nerves. Yeah, that's fair. Is that not like is that a difficulty thing, or is that? Oh, so you said regular difficulty. Yeah, it seems kind of a lot, doesn't it? Right, so we got the hospital now. Where was Rougerie again? Oh yeah, okay. That's Nico's. Here's what this one. I think the old version looks pretty good as well. The inside of the museum is very different looking. Oh, look at that. Look how different that is. Oh, there we go. Look, he's here. Speak to the guard.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Oui, monsieur?
I found this gem at a medieval site in Ireland.
That means nothing to me, monsieur.
How did you manage to get this job?
I had the right qualifications, a military manner, squeaky issues, and an irrational hatred of children.
Does this white powder mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Can we shake his hand?
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
Thanks for your help.
Right.
He was a thin-faced, pallid guy with a questionable taste in outlandish clothes. My mother used to dress like that.
Let's talk to the man.
I beg your pardon. Are you André Lobineau?
That's me. You want my autograph?
No. I was told you may be able to help me.
Help?
My name is George Stobart. I'd like your professional opinion.
Well, okay. Shoot.
I think this is, if I remember correctly, this is Nico's old squeeze. What's that? They changed the inside. Original graphics says a female Egyptian statue on the right. They removed it because chest, I guess. And the clock-looking thing on the left used to be a reference to Game 2. Oh, what? That thing in the bottom left. Yeah, I don't know why they changed that, actually.
Does the name Montfaucon mean anything to you?
Sure. It was the most grisly spectacle in Paris until the Revolution.
A public toilet?
Montfaucon was the place of execution for many thousands. A dark temple of death, with row upon row of arches, each one framing a grim exhibit. Scores of rotting corpses swung on creaking rope, while the crows devoured their flesh.
That explains the image of the hanged man. I found a reference to Montfaucon in Ireland, in a village called Lochmarn.
Lochmarn? That's where Pegram was digging.
That's right. He'd left the excavation before I arrived. Where was the site of Montfaucon?
To the northeast, near the Canal Saint-Martin, but there's nothing there now. The old gibbet was torn down during the Revolution.
What can you tell me about Philippe le Bel?
He was responsible for the extermination of the Knights Templar.
I know that, but why was Philip so hot to get rid of them?
Mostly because he wanted to get his hands on their treasure. He had an enormous debt and a lifelong war with England to fund. The trouble was, the Templars were a highly respected holy order.
If the Templars were so powerful, how did this Philippe dude wipe them out?
By underhanded, dishonorable means, of course. The Pope was Clement V, a Frenchman.
French, huh? Handy for Philippe.
Fate had nothing to do with it. He was Philippe's puppet, planted to further his political ambitions. Philippe wanted the wealth of the Templars and used Clement to get it.
Yeah, see, the second game I remember less of. I remember more of the beginning of Broken Sword 2. Like, getting stuck in that room at the beginning, and then the art gallery bit with the and then trying to get into the warehouse. I remember like most of that, but after that, I remember bits and pieces, but not too much.
So what was Philippe's plan? What happened?
Sealed orders were sent out all over France, not to be opened until the appointed day. That day was Friday, July 13th. That's the origin of our superstition regarding that date. At dawn, throughout the whole of France, the Templars were arrested. It was the biggest bust in the history of the world.
What happened to the Templars after their arrest?
Philippe was out for blood, so he handed the Templars over to the Inquisition. Not surprisingly, they confessed to a sensational and sordid list of blasphemies.
Like what?
Oh, the sort of things you read about in the gutter press. Devil worship, lewd sexual practices, spitting on the Holy Cross, that kind of thing.
Well, that must have given their lawyers some headaches.
Whether or not the accusations were true, this was not good publicity. Most of the charges were probably cooked up, but so were the Templars, literally. Hundreds of them were found guilty of heresy and flame-grilled at the stake. They died protesting their innocence.
But surely Philippe had no proof of his charges against the Templars.
A man will admit anything under torture. The Inquisition fabricated some nonsensical demon called Baphomet, and then suggested to the victims that this was what they worshipped.
But they didn't have to agree.
The records show a Templar coming to trial with both feet burnt off. Fragments of flesh and charred bone falling from the stumps.
Nice.
What would you not admit to stop such torment?
So there was no truth at all in the Baphomet accusations?
Not a shred. Almost every victim described the idol differently. No, Baphomet never existed outside the sick minds of the Inquisitors.
What's that? Only games in the series I have not beaten are 3 and 4. 3 went too far with the 3D stuff to the point you had to run away from stuff with the camera pointing behind you, with things popping up in front of you. I think I got part of the way through 3, and I've never played 4. 4's the oh god, I can't remember the name of it. Remember it had like a yellow cover, and it was PC only, wasn't it? I think that one. Was it Smoking Mirror was the third one? I think I had it on the Xbox, but I never got around to doing it. Angel of Death, that's it.
So Philippe stole the Templars' riches.
Was Smoking Mirror the second one?
No,
yeah, that was it.
They weren't stupid. The king's troops marched first on the temple in Paris, then to the Templar home port at La Rochelle. There was no trace of the treasure, and the fleet of the Knights Templar had set sail.
Sleeping Dragon, that's it. Now I feel like a nerd knowing all this. Hey, if it's something you enjoy, why not know about it?
Do you know Pegram well?
Definitely not going to judge you
Not
here.
really. I met him at a conference. I would have liked to talk to him in depth, but I didn't have time.
When was this?
Oh, back in the summer, July, I think.
The second week of July?
Maybe. Yes, it was, just before Bastille Day.
So Pegram was in Paris at the same time as the other victims.
Pardon? Victims of what?
Nothing. Just thinking aloud. I'd like your opinion on a medieval manuscript.
Vraiment? Do you have it with you?
No, it's too fragile. And besides, there are certain people who'd stop at nothing to get their hands on it.
Intriguing. Do you have a copy of the text?
There isn't much, only a few Latin phrases. I was kind of hoping you'd help decipher the pictures.
Without seeing the manuscript, that's a tall order.
Just tell me one thing. What does the image of two men riding on the same horse suggest to you?
The Knights Templar. Does the Templar seal appear on this manuscript? I'd love to see that for myself.
Let's show him all of our other stuff first before we do this.
What do you make of this tool?
Interesting. Where did you get it?
From a dig in Paris.
Vraiment? I didn't realize there were any excavations in progress in the city.
Not the kind you were thinking of.
Did I show you this tool?
Yes, you did, though I can't imagine why.
Take a look at this nose, Lobineau.
It really doesn't interest me, Georgie.
Georgie?
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing.
Does the guy in this photograph look familiar to you?
No.
You know you've got the right thing with these kind of things because the music usually kicks in.
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Andre.
Not now, Georgie.
Georgie?
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Alamut is the name of the place where the Hashashin were based.
Where is it?
Somewhere in what used to be called Persia. I'm not too hot on modern geography, I'm afraid. The most recent map I have shows America as an English colony.
It's an old-ass map.
What do you make of this ID card?
Nothing.
What do you make of this?
It's the biggest gemstone I've ever seen. Where did you get it?
From Professor Pegram's messenger boy.
Did Pegram find this on his dig?
Yeah, the site where this was found was a Templar castle. Do you think it could be part of the Templar treasure?
No, I shouldn't think so.
Did I show you this gem?
Yes, you did.
You did.
Do you recognize this white powder, Andre?
No.
All right.
Can you tell me anything about the Knights Templar?
I sure can, Georgie. Soldiers, diplomats, mercenaries, monks, bankers, you name it, the Templars fit the bill. The greatest fighting force in Christendom, the militia of Christ.
Jeez. How did the Templars get their name?
From the building in which they set up their headquarters. The King of Jerusalem gave them part of a mosque on the Temple Mount. It was said to have been the site of the original Temple of Solomon. The order became known first as the Knights of the Temple, and later as the Knights Templar.
You're a mine of information, Andre.
Glad to be of help, Georgie.
As I say, we're getting a good history lesson here. Almost as old as you. Getting timed out soon.
How come the Templars became so wealthy?
There was a constant stream of new recruits to their ranks, many from noble families. They were required to swear a sacred oath of poverty, chastity, and obedience. So their money, goods, and lands were donated to the order. The Templars soon held land in France, Scotland, England, Spain, most of Europe, in fact. The poor Knights of Christ became the wealthiest power in Christendom.
38 here, DJ Mega.
Is it true the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found?
Who knows? So little knowledge of what really happened remains. Or, if it does, the truth has never been made public.
What do you mean by that?
The Templars have attained mythological status, like the King Arthur of the Britons. There are people even now who say the Templars still exist.
Do you think that's likely?
No, not for a minute.
No. 43 next year. I'm not too far behind you then. Another 80s baby.
The manuscript is being looked after by a friend.
In Paris?
Yeah. Not far from here, in fact.
Well, just give me the address and I'll come round and take a look.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe I should check with her first.
A female friend?
Yeah, she's a woman. Maybe it was my imagination. but I noticed a predatory look in his eye.
Oh, no.
Suddenly, this friendly historian had turned into the big bad wolf.
Yeah, I generally get that. Like, maybe late 20s. It's quite a good situation to be in.
This friend who has the manuscript,
The anonymous girlfriend.
she lives at 361 Rue Jarry.
I know it well. I'll drop by. Just as soon as I can.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Yes, we've got the... We have to do something with the tripod later on, I want to say.
No, monsieur. No, no. Okay, okay.
The case contained the tripod shown on the manuscript.
Let's go to the hospital, shall we? Yeah, Lobano is a bit of a slime ball. Is he in all of them? Because he's in 5, isn't he? He's in 2. Is he in 3 and 4? Ah, we can go here as well. Ah, this guy. I remember this area. Ah, that looks very similar, doesn't it? I think the new one looks a bit better.
I once read a list of low-stress jobs. It didn't include police work. Obviously, this guy hadn't read the same list. In the middle of the square was a manhole. I wondered if there might be something relevant beneath street level.
You can see why they let us keep the tool now.
I couldn't open it with my bare hands.
How do you feel about the director's cut stuff not being in this one, Mega? Because there was obviously some extra bits and pieces, wasn't there?
An architectural echo of the gallows that once used to stand here. Fixed to the wall was a sign in 3 languages. In French, English, and German it read, "In 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the knightly order of the Templars and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine." An ornate fountain stood in one corner of the square. I'd have to come by here in the summer to see it working. There was no water to frolic about in, and the leaf mold that was collecting there just wasn't the same somehow.
Can we go to the church? Oh, we can. The pews.
A row of old pews, beautifully carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, firm buttocks of the young ladies, the flabby flesh of the old men.
George.
That wasn't a pleasing image, so I went back to the young ladies.
George, please.
Whoa!
He should try using his human hands then. What's the fun in that? Yeah, I think it's I think it would have been nice if they gave you like the option to have them in this, but they would have had to rejig them so that they looked like the original, wouldn't they? So I think it would have been quite a lot of work for probably not. It's not really worth it, is it? But it would have been nice just to have like as a complete edition to have the director's cut stuff in there as well.
I didn't have time to sit around. A knight's tomb, his effigy in marble lying in perpetual state, waiting in prayer for the judgment day.
Not to mention, I think they changed Nico's voice actress, didn't they? So it would be weird if they'd have to get her to... Actually, what did they do in the director's cut? Did they get her to redo all of Nico's voice lines? I can't remember.
A knight there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess.
I think it's only George and a few of the others that have stayed the same.
A stone knight lay on the church floor. Just think, there's a dead guy under there. The second stone knight in a row of 4 lay on the church floor. I was surprised Philip Lebel had left this place alone. A huge stained glass window formed a magnificent centerpiece for its neighbors. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout.
Same, George.
A stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. A stone knight lay at the end of a row of 4. I wondered if this guy had died in combat.
Okay, we got the statue.
A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well. On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack. Well, I could have just taken the end off the staff, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church, other than deported. A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. Per disciplinum meum lux videbis. A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
Okay, I think that's all we can look at in here for now. Yeah, but, I mean, that's pretty much how mine went as well, Mega. I think he like sort of completed it all and then just decided like, nah. Alright, I think if we use the tool, I think the policeman does not like it.
Hey, you! What do you think you're doing? Leave that comer alone, now.
Sorry, no harm intended.
You stay away from that.
Alright, let's go and have a chat to him, shall we?
Excuse me, officer.
And how may I help you?
He's pissed us apart.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy, what they teach in the police academy these days.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
What's my dins today? Dins is spaghetti bolognese. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's been slow cooking all day.
Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An excellent question, monsieur.
Absolutely fucked.
Do you know what this is?
It's a sewer key.
Does it mean anything to you?
Do you belong to some obscure arm of the Masons?
Good luck, DJ Mega. Just in case you want to keep up with the stream, there's the Discord. That's usually where I post. I only post the updates for going live on there, so if you want to join, by all means do, but no pressure. Good luck with the bank. That was going to be your guess, Mol. Get out of my brain.
Do you know what this is?
It's a...
Does it mean anything?
Do you belong...
Have a look at this
Does
nose.
this red nose mean anything to you?
Aha! A prosthetic nose. Very significant.
It is?
No, I am just having a little joke.
Does this red nose...
Aha! There.
It is?
Okay, we're not going to get a lot out of him, are we?
What do you make of this grease paint stained tissue?
Delightful. Would you like to see some of my used tissues?
Hell no.
Then please put yours away.
Have you seen this man before?
No. Who is it?
I believe him to be an international assassin.
Oh.
Is that all you can say? Oh.
I did wonder if I should say that I believe you to be an international paranoiac, but it didn't seem polite.
Would you like to shake... I stopped myself barely in time. Electrocuting a cop would not have been smart. They'd rebuild the Bastille just so they could throw me in and throw away the key.
There you go. Just in case you were wondering what that would mean.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The pattern looks Middle Eastern. Beyond that, who knows?
Take a look at this.
Ah, an electrician. My TV has been acting up. Could you fix it?
I doubt it. This isn't my ID. Look at this gem. What do you think?
Cut glass.
No, it's not. It's for real.
What kind of madman would go around waving a priceless
It's
gem
true.
under people's noses?
So either it's glass or I'm mad? I didn't like to think about that for too long.
That's so true, though, isn't it?
Do you know what this is?
Aha! You Americans with your notorious nose candy. I read Hollywood Wives. I know all about it.
If you tried to sniff this stuff, you'd wall up your nostrils. It's plaster of Paris.
It is. Thank heaven. For one awful moment, I thought I might actually have to arrest somebody. Alors, the paperwork. You have no idea.
I just like the idea of George carrying a pocket full of plaster of Paris around with him as well.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
So, if I remember correctly, we have to do something to his drink. I think we have to like put in like stronger alcohol or something to knock him out so we can get to the manhole cover. But it's been a while. Let's go to the hospital.
The old building managed to retain some of its original grandeur, but the modern additions looked like a baseball cap on a statue of a medieval saint. There was no sign of the crew of the ambulance. I felt a little guilty as I tried the door, like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary tremble in my hand and pulled. The door was locked.
Let's go in. Again, I think they've made the new one look better as well. This has a bit of a nicer feeling to it. All right, what can we mess around with here? I think it's just talking to the people, isn't it?
The woman managed to look overworked and hassled. though she didn't appear to be doing anything.
Make yourself look busy.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plans. They were my idea.
Looks nice.
A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
Have you seen any clowns?
Has Marquet been visited by a man in a clown costume?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
Well, there's Theodore the Bear. He comes every Thursday to entertain the children. Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
Yeah, Spag Bowl. Should probably be ready soonish.
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from a zoo.
I'm here to see Jacques Marquet.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
Let's be honest. No.
No, I'm conducting a private investigation.
Then I can't help you.
So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
Okay, look at our stuff.
What does this tool suggest to you?
Is it a crack detector?
Huh?
Polar explorers use them to poke about in the snow.
No. What does this...
Is it a polar explorer?
Yeah, it's not.
What does this false nose remind you of?
Oh, it's a clown's nose.
That's right.
Why don't you give me a break and go and play with someone else?
Can you think of any use for this greasy tissue?
I guess you could use it to baste a roast turkey.
Ugh.
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
You're a crack detector, aren't you, Tomo? No, I don't do that anymore.
I'd like to shake you by the hand.
Don't be fresh, young man.
Have you heard of the Club Alamut?
No. It sounds romantic, doesn't it? The kind of place where you get little umbrellas and, well...
Huh? That's romantic? Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
For me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see. He was on Ward B12, as I recall.
There you go.
Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's... Nurse Grendel's ward.
Look at this gem.
What does this gem suggest to you?
I advise you not to flash that around. The hospital insurance wouldn't cover it if it was stolen.
Is this plaster any use to you?
I'm allergic to plaster.
Look at this ID pass.
Yes, dear, you showed me already.
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock, alarm call. 6:10, bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
Oh, you mean she's been here a long time?
No, I mean there's not a man in this clinic who hasn't sprawled out on her.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous. with a big green capital J. How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Very left past the administrator's sauna. And turn left at the end.
Got a
That's
sauna?
J2. And good luck.
God, thanks, Crow. And thank you, Mole. Crow, you better not be smoking in the hospital. I'll tell you off.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Alright, let's talk to these chappies.
The young man's face was full of eagerness and enthusiasm. I figured he was fresh from college. Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Don't know why he's like so quiet sometimes.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Call me George if you like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my name.
My name's Benoit, but everyone calls me Bunny.
Bunny?
That's right. I used to have this cute habit when I was a kid.
Keep it to yourself, Benoit. Do you know anything about a patient named Marquet?
No, sir, I don't know much about any of the patients.
I've never met a doctor who admits that he's only human.
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure I'll get the hang of things.
Okay, good.
Do you know the nurse on Ward J2?
No, monsieur. This is my first day here. I can't wait to get my hands dirty. I was talking about treating my first patient, of course. I didn't mean I'd get my hands dirty with a nurse.
Of course not.
What does this tool suggest to you?
Isn't that used to snap the patient's ribs
Ooh.
when exploring the abdomen?
I hope not. Does this false nose mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Is that a nasal discharge, sir?
No, it's grease paint. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. I've never seen him before.
Shake my hand, Benoit.
I don't think that's a good idea, sir.
How come?
Dermatitis.
I don't have dermatitis.
I do.
Bless him.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamet?
No, sir.
Have you ever heard of a guy named Merlin?
No, sir.
No, sir?
Does this gem mean anything to you?
Not me, sir.
He knows nothing.
Do you know what this white powder is?
No, sir.
See you later.
Right.
Thanks, Benoit.
The guy seemed to be practicing his air of authority. Today, he was working on his withering stare.
Uh-oh, Mole's gonna get addicted.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
Sacre bleu! That's exactly what I needed in my last operation.
It is?
I had to improvise with a knitting needle and a couple of corks. If only you'd been on hand at the time, my patient would have given his right arm for it.
Not sure I want to go to this hospital.
Do you recognize this red nose, sir?
No, I do not. This is a hospital, not a circus ring. We minister to the sick in body, not the sick in mind.
It does look good. It's like TCG card shop simulator, Crow.
What do you make of this tissue, sir?
Intéressant. I thought I knew the ins and outs of the human body, but this has me beat. If I were you, I'd have this sample analyzed.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, sir, I do not.
May I have the honor of shaking you by the hand?
You may not. I don't encourage physical contact between my staff.
Oh, I don't even know how I did that.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamet?
No, sir, I have not.
Is that a log? I didn't even press Y there.
Does the name Thomas Merlin mean anything to you?
No, it does not.
Look at this, Doc. It's a genuine medieval-type gemstone.
Yes, so I see. Remarkable.
Does this white powder mean anything to you?
No, sir. I do not pretend to know the pharmacist's job.
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
Can we talk to Benoit about the doctor?
Hey, Benoit.
There's no need to shout. What do you want?
Nope.
Forget it.
What about the receptionist?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
No.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay, what if we go down here? I don't know if it takes us to the same place or not. A few minutes later. We get lost. Have you not got a PC, Crow?
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow. He looked blissfully happy, for no apparent reason. It was a classic example of functionalism, like an early Soviet spacecraft. I almost expected to see a dog or a monkey leap out. I wasn't in the mood for shining floors.
Let's have a chat to him, shall we?
Hello.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said.
No, he's from Birmingham.
Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
It's a deal.
That's a bit mean, George.
Do you know a nurse called Grendel?
Sure I do.
Is she on duty today?
Yeah. End of the corridor, Ward J2.
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the corridors?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would. With a friend like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He is.
They changed the... It's interesting, they changed a lot of the statues. I wonder why.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you?
No,
I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them snorking behind me back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull-through.
Whatever you've got with this metal mop-foot is probably a fine and noble thing.
It is? Say, it's not every day I meet someone as crazy as me.
Do you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
Would this tool be any use to you?
No, sir. Mr. Shiny has no user-serviceable parts. Whatever that means.
Mr. Shiny.
Take a look at this red nose.
Are you a policeman?
No, this is a clown's nose, not a policeman's.
Is Addy from Birmingham?
What does this tissue suggest to you?
You have a cold. What you need is vitamin C and a side order of machine oil.
Okay.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Who is it?
That's what I'm asking you. Have you seen him before?
How should I know? You haven't told me who he is.
Take a look at the photo.
Yeah, okay.
Now, have you seen him before?
No,
Would you like to shake my hand?
not until I've washed, if you don't mind, sir. You can pick up all kinds of things in a hospital.
Like nurses, right?
No, sir. Bugs and germs and fungal infections.
I think we probably kill the old man if we use the electric buzzer on him.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
You should never ever play with matches.
I know that, but
People get hurt when they do.
sure.
You end up in hospital like the burger lady. She was so burned up they didn't know whether to use bandages or onions.
What?
Do you recognize this pass?
No, I don't. Should I?
No, but I wondered if you'd seen a stranger flashing it about.
No, sir. But if I had, Mr. Shiny would take care of him.
I think that TCG card simulator thing will probably come to other platforms eventually. Not until it's like out though.
What do you think of this, Sam?
Oh, boy. What is it?
A priceless gemstone, found in a medieval castle in Ireland. Get me into Marquet's ward, and it's yours.
I don't wear jewellery.
If this gem was yours, you'd be able to buy 100 Mr. Shinies.
Don't be silly. There's only one Mr. Shiny.
Do you recognize this powder?
Is that dandruff?
No way.
It sure looks like dandruff.
It's plaster.
Ugh.
That'd be quite a lot of dandruff.
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
Right, so we've got this room.
The door didn't have a sign or label or any kind of identification.
I'm not sure if we're allowed in here though.
Hey now, you can't go in there.
How come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
Yeah, I think I remember roughly what we got to do here.
It was a life-sized marble figure of a guy in robes. The sculptor had tried to give him a look of paternal authority and concern. In my mind, he looked just plain constipated. There was no way I could improve on the sculpture with the janitor watching me.
Have a drink?
I guess the water cooler was for the use of people lost in the corridors. Maybe the face of the unaccountably happy domestic had made me unduly suspicious. I mean, I knew it was only my imagination, but the water tasted, well, peculiar.
Okay, so we've got the plug we can mess around with. Forget, like, there's a couple of different ways we can go here. So if we go down this way, where does that take us? He just keeps getting lost. And then we can go through here and we should come out on the other side. Yeah, so I think we take the plug out and then we can go, he'll come back round to plug it back in and we can go in the room, I think.
The connector in the socket supplied electricity to the polishing machine. As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
Oh, okay, that way round. We're just going to stare at him. Now do you have to wait until he's back? Possibly. There you go.
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the pulse...
Yes, George, we know.
Not again. This is not a good day.
That's not letting me actually do anything here. Maybe that's not it then. Is that it? There you go.
Dr. Stobart at your service.
Alright, I think it might be the far one we need to go in, but let's go this way first. Dr. Stobart. Yeah, I think it's this one in the back. There you go. It's quite a nice ward, actually, with all the plants.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Oh, hi. Is this Ward J2?
Yes, sir. The patients are ready for your inspection, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. Well, who's first?
Monsieur Croquet in bed 2.
What's his problem?
He's been complaining of loss of consciousness. You'll need this, Doctor.
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile. Thanks.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Dr. Stobart.
Hello, Doctor.
The nurse told me you keep losing consciousness.
That's right. I've had the problem as long as I can remember. It's a real out-of-body experience. Like death, but not so conclusive.
Is he just falling
I see.
asleep?
How long does it last?
Just a fraction of a second.
Oh, it's blinking.
Then I recover.
I might not have been a doctor, but I was formulating a
Fuck's
diagnosis
sake.
all the same. This guy was nuts. I know exactly what you mean. It's known in the medical field as blinking.
Is it serious?
Of course it isn't serious. It's perfectly natural.
But just think, 2 seconds every minute. Why, that's almost half an hour every day. 2 weeks out of every year spent in total darkness.
I don't have time to listen to this baloney.
Fuck's sake.
Which bed is Marquet in?
He's round the corner, in solitary.
What's the matter with him?
I don't know, but the men who brought him in were wearing masks and rubber gloves. Hey, you're a doctor. How come you don't know?
We doctors don't know everything.
Then how come you act like you do?
I'm not sure if we can actually come in here unless we've got the coat on. I think she might send us out straight away.
Has Marquet had any visitors?
Nah, neither have I. That's the worst thing about being in hospital. You feel like the rest of the world has abandoned you.
Well, you know how it is. Life goes on.
Thanks for those comforting words.
I don't know if he's been sarcastic or not.
Do you know what this tool is used for?
Eye surgery.
That's a dumb thing to say. It's not sharp enough. Do you know what this...
Eye surgery.
That's a dumb thing.
Okay.
Do you recognize this red nose?
Nah, I don't.
Have you any idea what this is?
Please, take it away before I throw up.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Nah, Doctor. Who is it?
A cold-blooded killer.
One of your colleagues?
No, he really is a murderer.
I've never seen him before.
I thought about giving him an electric shock, but I just couldn't do that to a sick guy.
You're a good guy, George.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Nah, I haven't.
God, it looks so different.
Have you heard of a guy called Merlin?
No, Doctor.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
No, Doctor.
Do you know what this is?
Is it self-raising flour?
No. Do you know what this piece of equipment is called?
No, I don't.
He's done.
Well, goodbye and good luck.
Thanks, Doc.
Right, so we've got this. We've got the pressure gauge.
It was a device used for measuring people's blood pressure.
Let's look at his medical chart.
According to the chart, this guy was called Croquet. The graph showed a steady decline in his pulse rate and an increase in his blood pressure. It kind of shook me to see this guy's life reduced to a few jagged lines.
What about this chappie?
The name on the chart was Boissy.
Boissy?
The poor guy's temperature had been up and down like a white knuckle ride. No wonder he looked so sick.
Did you have a chat?
Now, I was no doctor, but this guy looked dead to me.
I don't know.
The guy was sick. His face was the same shade of gray as the pillow beneath his head. I wondered whether I ought to call the nurse. Maybe check him out for breathing.
What about this chap on the end?
The name on the chart was Sopmarsh. His temperature was normal, with little fluctuation either way.
That's around the other guy we need is around the corner.
The nurse was stunningly beautiful. The guys on this ward sure were lucky to be in her care.
Can we talk to him?
Hello? Anybody home?
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Stobart, and I'm here to steer you down the rocky road to recovery.
Dr. Monroe said there was no cure for what I've got.
Your problem is you stayed in bed too long.
Are you sure you're a qualified doctor?
You better believe it.
Why are there all these like English dudes in here? Right, my food is ready, so I'm gonna have to stop this in just a sec.
What can you tell me about Marquet?
He's the man in the private room, isn't he? That room was mine before I was tossed out like a common squatter.
Do you know what's wrong with Marquet?
They won't even say what's wrong with me. Tell me, Doctor, what's your opinion?
It's too early to say.
But I've been here for 3 months.
That's quite a long time.
What's your impression of Nurse Grendel?
She's a very efficient young woman.
Efficient? You make her sound like a vacuum cleaner.
I've no complaints.
The
I
woman
don't
at
want to ask.
reception described Nurse Grendel as a monster.
Well, that's simply not true. She's quite strict, but that's her job, isn't it? You've got to have discipline in a place like this.
She's saying she sucks like a vacuum cleaner.
Do you know what this tool is used for?
I'd rather not, Doctor. Ignorance is bliss, as they say.
Do you recognize this red nose?
Doesn't that belong to Boissy?
No. I found it in a sewer.
He's a clown, you know. You wouldn't think so to look at him now, would you?
Have you any idea what this is?
No, Doctor. I wouldn't even like to guess.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, Doctor. Who is it?
No, Doctor.
A cold-blooded killer.
Really? He's a dead ringer for my bank.
Same thing.
Of course, Mr. Soames hasn't got a scar, and he doesn't come from the Middle East. His hair's a lot grayer, too. Otherwise, it's just like him.
Remarkable. I thought about giving him an electric shock, but I just couldn't do that to a sick guy.
Yeah, George is alright.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
I'm not really a nightclub man, Doctor. A game of whist and a glass of ginger wine is about my limit.
Have you heard of a guy called Merlin?
No, Doctor.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
No, Doctor.
No,
Is
Doctor.
this some kind of test?
If it was, you would have failed. Do you know what this is?
It looks like plaster.
How did you know that?
I'm a plasterer.
There you go.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job. I'm going to take...
What?
I'm a doctor.
Ah, we can't. Okay.
See you later.
All right, guys. I'm going to call it there, just because dinner is ready. I don't know if that's necessarily a great place to stop, but it is the place we are going to stop regardless. It doesn't say like the percentage of how much you've done anymore, does it? I'm still really liking this. It's really good. It's just such a comfy game. I'm glad we got around the goat as well. That was